The following program is brought to you by the Realm of Collectors. Please stand by and take your seats.
Good evening, and welcome to Masterpiece Shitpiece Theater. If you would please kindly take your seats, the show will begin momentarily.
First aid training. It's how to patch up meth wounds.
Fucking meth.
It's Florida stuff.
It's Florida stuff.
Yeah. They're out of control.
It is in the same It's fucking awful. Oh, shit.
Attempting not to throw this fucking thing into the wall. Otherwise,
What is
you
that?
can find me at the ROC, because that's the only place on Facebook I really give a shit about right now. And you can find me on the Instagrams as Rob's Hobbies. And you can find me spending a nice snowed-in evening with my favorite four other gentlemen
Hell yeah, dude.
right here.
Son of a bitch, my mic was muted. After that awesome intro. Well,
No, we
sorry.
heard it.
We heard you.
You guys heard it, but
We heard it.
they didn't
Oh,
hear it,
no.
and they deserve to hear it.
Wow.
Hey,
I
run it
pulled
back.
a dust mites. I'm going to run it back just a second. So you guys heard where Rob's at. So, Nick, he's on assignment this weekend. So I'm running the show on this end, handling things for Nick. He had his Florida Meth Head Militia training for Gator Wrestling this weekend, and tonight was a serious hardcore practice for their upcoming meet this weekend. So he couldn't be here. He's got Florida man stuff to do.
Florida stuff. Yeah.
Fucking Florida
Hey,
stuff.
somebody's gotta do
God.
it.
But
That's an insane state, man.
it really is. I don't know what's
No.
going on with it, but
We
yeah,
don't want to know. Plausible deniability.
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
really, right?
He
Yeah,
keeps
it's
sending
kinda-
us fucking screenshots of it, though.
Yeah, we're like, dude, hey, not in the chat.
He's like, look, I made
Not in the
this
group
into
chat.
a meme. And we're like, dude, no, we don't want to know your illegal activities and what you get up to. That makes
That was
us
when we just look at him and
accomplices.
say, "You are a fucking meme."
It makes us
He messaged
accomplices.
me
Yeah,
a
we get
picture.
subpoenaed.
He messaged me a picture, and he had like a penis in his hand. And I said, "Is that yours?" And he went, "No." I said, "What?"
Of course it
I don't know.
wasn't.
He had somebody else's. Oh, go figure. Yeah, it's Nick. You know, Nick likes to hold other people's Johnson. Anyway,
He's out of control. Whoa.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, definitely.
That's his business.
Indeed.
All right.
Okay.
So, we got Rob's intro out
Who's
of the way
next?
before we realized that I fucked up. Russ, where you at, man? Tell them where they can find you.
Oh, what's up, guys? I'm Rusta Moss here, aka Pony Boy. Anyway, let's see. You can find me on YouTube, but when they lift the ban again, like got caught showing my ass on camera. Let's
Oh,
see.
just
Have you ever read a terms of service in your life for any websites?
Dude,
You ain't got time for
I
it.
can't help it.
I'm just shocked that it was only his ass this time.
Listen, I'm an exhibitionist. Okay, public nudity is my thing. I like showing my big fat sexy body.
They have websites for that.
Like I like wearing this shirt because I feel like a big fat Superman. It's like, yeah. Anyway,
whatever you
Facebook,
did with your tongue just
Instagram.
now.
Farmersonly.com.
Whatever you
Never
just
do it
did
again?
with your tongue, don't do it again,
Right? Okay.
please.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Yeah, find me all over the place. Every Friday night with these gentlemen. Yeah, that's and at work. I feel like I'm at work a lot lately. It's kind of where I live half my life.
Dude.
Sorry. Anyway, yeah.
Same.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, dude. Sam, what's up, Bubba? Where you at, man?
What up, Insta Sam89 on Instagram. Sam Mead in the groups here every Friday night. Happy to be here. Where you at, Josh?
Why is he so much better at that than us in professionalism?
Dude, I've had like almost 2 years to practice, man.
Oh shit! It has been that long, hasn't it?
It's been a year and a half, yeah.
But dude, I will say, Russ, man, it's like with that work shit, dude. I feel like it just this time of year, I'm just like go, 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 and then Friday night, is
Go,
when I
Gadget Samuel!
dude, for real.
Yeah,
This is-
Friday. Yeah, Friday's when I look forward to Friday actually because I get to have a drink and mellow out.
I pretty much just work and then crash. I gotta work and get home and go basically straight to bed.
Dude, this
And
is supposed to be.
Friday,
I understand, dude.
This is supposed to be our slow time of year, and we are getting fucked up.
Yeah,
it's
good,
hard,
bro.
dude. It's hard.
Staying busy, man. It's good,
It's good for the paycheck.
Well, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good, but it just kills me because I feel like I'm spending more time at work than I need be. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, I hear you.
No, what?
Not,
Sorry, Josh. We didn't mean to bull guy you there, buddy.
No, I was going to say
What's
not
up,
to
man?
take away from your work session, but is it just me or does Rob look like he's trying to imitate and emulate Jambi the Genie from Pee-wee's Playhouse? All you can see is his fucking head.
Don't
Rob,
be
I will
Say make a
fucking
lick
get
a high,
this
make a
tonight.
honey ho.
Make a high, make a honey ho. Does he
You
feel
have
better
to
now?
scream it. Sorry for headphone users. Holy fuck my ears.
Fuck headphone users.
Yeah, I'm
Good thing I
wearing
turned the volume
headphones.
down. Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
god.
Fuck headphone users.
Oh my god. No, the opinions of Rob Milton do not reflect our opinions on headphone users. That was an ass movie.
I just want to give you a compliment, Josh. That was a really good reference. I kind of dug the Pee-wee's Playhouse reference. I like that.
Oh, we know you
That was
did the
pretty good.
Pee-wee.
And I could
Oh,
also
no,
be
actually-
actually, a theater.
I wasn't a really big fan of him. My little brother was though, and so which meant I had got inundated with it. My little brother loved Pee-wee, man. That was he had like the little Pee-wee doll. You pulled the fucking thing on his ass, the cord on his ass, and he'd say his stupid phrases and shit. And I was like, oh god, man.
So
He'd say, pull his ass, Russ, pull his ass.
You sure you were pulling his string?
so you were saying you've pulled on Pee-wee to make him say weird things?
You pulled something out of his
I
butt.
have.
All right.
I've definitely pulled.
We're learning
just wanna
more
make
and
sure we
more
got that on
about you
tape, yeah.
every day.
I know every night you shake your head and go, whoa, too much. I know.
Hey, once a week. Every Friday. Every Friday night.
Yep. Well, as for me,
Where you at?
Where you at?
As for me, you
All right.
can catch me on Facebook under my regular name. You can catch me in the realm of collectors because I'm the official pirate of the ROC. Fuck it, I'm claiming it. I'll make any motherfucker walk a plank that disagrees with me. So,
Look at you claiming yourself a title. I like it.
I'm gonna show up
Alright.
to TF. Josh's gonna show up to TFCon with a long ass 2x4.
what am I? What am I?
Grab on the-
Hacksaw Jim Duggan? No.
Bitch.
I'll get an actual fucking plank, and I'll get like 5 or 6 motherfuckers to stand on the end of it because it'd take a few of us, and then make
Yeah,
motherfuckers
yeah.
walk the plank right into the pool.
Maybe he has
Scurvy
I
bastard.
fully
because that's just
support
wearing an
this
eye patch.
idea.
I'm on.
But yeah,
Which idea? Which one?
Why making motherfuckers walk the plank?
into the pool at whatever
Dude.
time we're at.
What about that cesspool out right out front of the hotel?
Yeah, the cesspool.
I don't want them to
Then
die.
Don't, then
Yeah,
don't
it's
disagree
dire.
with me.
Jesus Christ, that's some Oregon Trail shit. You have died from dysentery.
You died from
God, that
cat
thing was.
piss.
Ugh.
You've died from cat piss fountain.
There was some rough shit in there, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
no shit.
horrific.
Get Legionnaires'
That's not even the
disease.
shit I was
I was-
worried about. That was probably
Yeah,
the
like I don't
safest thing
smoke, but
they-
I was like inhaling cigarette smoke just to avoid not smelling that thing. I was like,
Yeah, it looked wild. It looked crazy, man.
Yeah, man.
It looked crazy. Straight green.
yeah.
But yeah, aside from that, on my Facebook profile, it is public. So if you wish to follow me on Twitter or Instagram, you can click the links there and do so. As for shows other than here every Friday night with you cats, you can catch me on this very channel every other Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern with Ace and Brink and Jose when he is not in class, and JD, our favorite pigment surgeon. On a little show we call Figure Banging. And then every Friday on the All Queued Up podcast with my friend Greg. Threw out a great new episode today where Greg tells one of the most hilarious
Oh my god, I gotta
and
listen to that.
nightmare, not safe for work or around your kids sex stories that I've ever heard.
Really?
Dude, I love
It's
it.
fucking
Greg?
Greg. No,
Like I
dude,
never knew he had sex. Wow.
he's a 36-year-old man. You know, he's gotten around to it a time or
Dude,
two.
Russ is throwing shade, man. So that's something that
I mean, serious. I just didn't know.
I always wanted to just get like some of us guys together and just shoot, just like record it somewhere and just do that, just like embarrassing sex stories. I just think that would be hilarious.
No,
man.
not only
That would
is
be
this-
awesome. I could tell you how I got my dick broken in half. And I got that fucker.
Hey, look at you. he
Okay,
went from
so
he went from dick
I
broken
don't know
half
what he's
to
joking
Sorry.
you broke your dick in half.
I literally broke my dick. It was swollen and it was black and blue.
Oh my
And at the
God.
same time, I made my wife bleed.
Okay, Rob, you know you're just supposed to gently insert it, not fucking dive up the top rope like Superfly Snuka.
Yeah,
Okay.
Sometimes you gotta get the pounding going.
Oh my
Rob was
God!
long. That's called long.
Ain't you all ever had rough sex? Come on.
Ready?
All right.
Eminem lyrics.
This was not in the agenda, but we're not going any fucking further until you tell the goddamn story how you broke your dick and made your wife bleed. Sorry,
Okay.
but it's fucking happening. You brought it up. You can't tease it and not tell it now.
Sorry, Tiff.
So, okay.
Your
Technically,
hesitation, too.
she broke us both.
Now you're blaming it on her. You said you broke your dick. Don't be blaming it on her. Tell us just the facts, ma'am. Just the facts.
She was riding me on top, and I'm banging from the bottom, and we were going hog wild that night.
Okay.
And
Interesting.
we're talking rough, toss around, animalistic, and we are going hard. And she gets up a little too far, it slips out, and wham! She comes right back down on the fucking top of it,
Okay.
and
so
it missed the hole.
you pile
and it
drive
hit
your
right-
taint.
Yep. Hard.
And it went sideways.
Oh no, it didn't. No.
It was like-
Full on
like
went
this.
boom.
So it just did a 90-degree bend in your dick because you pile drived your taint that hard.
Yes, like it full on bent in half. It was fucking
Black and blue, dude, and
Black,
it healed,
did
and it
you-
healed and everything.
and it hit so hard it actually tore her.
Okay.
Wait, so it like
Did you have a compound fracture of your dick and it pierced her skin or something? I mean, what the fuck?
You have an actual bone in your dick.
I
Yeah,
know.
you can't have a
Fucking
compound
felt like it
fracture
that
of your
night,
penis,
dude.
you doof.
I know that. I'm
Well,
just
hey,
saying. Comedic
how-
effect, Russ. Go with it. Fuck.
Did you everything healed
Jesus.
okay and whatnot?
Yeah, everything's fine. But if you ever wanted to know if your dick was another bone, that's proof it is.
Dude, the human
it's-
body is an incredible
It's
thing,
not
man.
a
I'll tell you
bone.
what.
It's
Yeah, but it's fucking
more
painful.
like a muscle.
God thought out everything.
So did
But
you?
muscles tear.
Yeah, muscles do tear, and
Yeah,
they do rupture. Did you go to
they
the
do.
doctor?
No.
What'd you do? Just
Hey,
get
my
some fucking
man.
popsicle sticks and make a little dick splint? Fucking
I-
tape it up?
You know, after you
Please
go
say
to
yes.
the snip job, and
Oh,
you had to
this
take
is after,
bags of
okay.
frozen peas, and I had them wrapped around that bitch.
God bless it. Why you live in Wisconsin too? You probably just open a screen door and
Yeah, right now I could just go dive out in the snow dick first.
yeah.
Thank
Well, as
you.
long as you got more than
dude,
3
that's
inches out there,
incredible,
I'm
man.
sure you're good.
Man, you're giving me the benefit of the doubt here.
Dude, I was gonna say that's how that all happened because man, I think your wife she was used to her boyfriend's length, man, so she misjudged a little bit, went up a little bit too high.
God, Sam, you're so fucking mean. Ow.
I mean, it's not.
But I
every
was
day.
the one getting it that night, so who's the winner there?
Hey, well, I mean, you broke your dick, so I don't know.
Did you
I'm
finish?
starting to wonder if it was
Did you finish?
not that night.
Then you didn't win.
Josh,
Just
you
cause-
just asked him.
How long was
You
the
assume that
recovery
she
on
didn't
that?
feel really bad and
Hey,
suck up later.
At that point, I would be trying to finish just to see if I could make it shoot sideways.
Dude, you couldn't touch the fucking thing for a few hours. It hurt.
Wait, so how long were
You
you?
ever
how long
break
were
your
you-
dick? That
long
shit
were
is
you laid up?
painful.
Dude, if I had ever broken my penis, do you think I'd be asking you these insane fucking questions right now? I'd be keeping
No,
my
you know,
fucking
Josh
mouth
would- Josh would-
shut.
Go whack your
Josh-
hardy with the hammer, and you'll see about the same amount of pain.
If Josh ever breaks his junk, he's just gonna do what he did with his leg. He's gonna get it chopped off and get a fake one. That's all he's gonna do.
No, the
Oh
thought
my
that thought hadn't occurred to me. I don't think I'd do that.
Wait, so hey, Rob, how long
like-
were you laid up, man?
I couldn't get a solid one for almost a month.
Dude,
Oh, that's horrible, dude. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
That
I would be crying.
sucked.
bummer, dude.
And then you already had some
Yeah.
fucking workup from the process, so it's like you've already got some accentuated blue ball action going on. Then
Yeah, that was
compounded
also
with
the word.
this.
Black and blue
Compounded
ball.
with this, you got a black dick
Yeah,
and
really
blue
black
balls.
and blue. Ugh.
Oh my god!
Not to mention, every time I would get a hard on, that fucker would hurt.
Oh,
And I couldn't do shit. It would start to go up, and I've got a mean wife. Piss her off. That was her retribution every time I pissed her off for a month.
That's what you get for fucking trying to pile drive her taint.
Yeah, dude, and that's wild too because it's like I feel like in that
She
time,
was on top though.
dude, I'd be freaking out. I'd be like, I can't, you know, like you can't have sex anymore, man. Like it's insane. That's
It's like, you know
Oh
what?
no! I told my wife if this shit didn't
Oh
work,
Jesus!
I
We
was
lost
going to the
Sam.
doctor. Oh no! I told my wife if I was going to the doctor and if I couldn't get a hard on again, I was going to get a bionic dick.
yeah, dude.
They don't
oh
make those.
god.
I
Bionic? Oh, nice. That's
fucking
that
find
badass.
somebody.
That's
I will
what
go
Josh
to
is gonna
Mexico
get.
and one of them goddamn backdoor crazy
That's what Josh wants.
research
Josh wants
doctors
that.
in Mexico.
Dude, it'll be cool, man.
Robo-dick.
You can make it vibrate and get longer
Right.
or shorter or whatever. That'd be cool.
Attachments.
Yeah.
That'd be cool, man. That's something to look into when we all get older, you know.
I mean,
Josh said he wanted to be a pirate. He's gonna get the bird leg.
Yeah. Pirate. Pirate. Unit.
Pirate.
Pirate, not unit.
No, I didn't see you're gonna get it all. So you're getting part of it cut off and get a replacement.
Yeah, just the end of it.
I don't
you
know,
think
man.
it was
If
all,
I can
man.
ever get bionic implants for my penis, I'm game for the fucking experiment.
Oh god.
Mm.
Yeah,
I don't know,
especially
dude.
when I'm old, you know.
So
all
you're
laid
gonna
up.
take the gamble on something unproven and let them cut on
This
your
show.
wiener.
Just call me the pile driver.
Oh my god.
Dude, somebody change his name.
Dude,
to
I
that
could
in the
rob
chat
Banks
right
with
now.
a. I could rob Banks with a robot dick.
Dude, hey, you'll be like that Punisher action figure that had the fucking gun that came out of his
God.
dick.
Dude, rocket launching penis.
Oh my
Say
God.
hello to my little
Jump up on
friend.
the counter and be like, give me all you got.
Well,
Give me all you got.
I don't know if I
All
want to say good.
this.
I'll be like,
All this stems
All right,
from
guys,
just
thanks for
comment.
tuning in.
Wow.
boy, we sidetracked a lot. Okay.
Dude,
Wow.
we're beyond the fucking rails. The rails
Indeed.
are long gone. I don't think there's making
Yeah,
it
they're
back
off,
to
man.
the fucking rails.
Not at all. Oh
You
God.
know, especially when you're talking
E-
about dick breaking on tank pile driving.
Right.
You will be happy to know that was several years ago, and Willow was conceived afterwards, and it works quite well now. So it healed. I'm not a eunuch yet.
I don't know. What's the mailman look like? You sure it's not the mailman?
My male person was a chick. But it is 2019. It could have been a dude. I don't fucking know. 2020, whatever.
You never know. You never know,
All
man.
right. So
It's glorious, dude.
before everything went all to fucking hell on Rob's tragic
All
tale
right.
of his wounded member,
Broken penis.
we
Broken
we
penis.
do have some shit we were going to talk about, but
Is it
There we go.
Show's
Wow.
over. Too good.
Oh,
Gotta
sorry,
end.
Nick. Sorry,
Nah.
Nick.
no.
Sorry, Nick.
We gotta end on a hard note.
I see what you did there.
You ended on a hard note that night, and how'd that turn out for you?
Oh, that's great, dude.
Purple and painful.
All right.
God, dude.
Ooh,
That's
So-
insane.
ouch.
Can't wait to tell my wife about that.
Now that Rob has thoroughly
Yeah.
embarrassed the hell out of his wife,
I know, dude. Poor Tiff.
sorry,
man.
I'm
Tiff.
going to die tonight. Good thing she
Yeah.
doesn't listen to this show.
Yeah.
It's
We'll
okay.
have to send her a link.
It's okay. We'll send her a link. I'm gonna make.
Oh,
You know, I have to make a highlight clip of this.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a sizzle reel to promote the show afterwards. I'm sorry, but you know,
It's been nice knowing you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll
been a
miss you.
pleasure.
Rob's
been
going to be
good.
going through a lot, everybody. So go ahead and start sending them your thoughts and prayers.
I just want to know who you fuckers are going to come to my funeral.
Dude,
That's
I'll
a
drive
long
up, man.
fucking way.
I'll come pick you up.
I'll
me
send
in Kentucky.
condolences in a little basket.
You'll post thoughts and prayers on Facebook for me?
I like Josh's preemptive thoughts and prayers. He said Rob's gonna be going through a hard time.
Yeah.
Well, see, luckily I can go through a hard time now, so we're good.
Oh, God,
I don't
dude.
think just because
Oh,
you
my
survived
God.
it once means you can really do it again. I wouldn't
Yeah,
try
Rob,
to
I got that.
reenact that scenario.
The man with
It's
the
like, hey,
indestructible dick.
you remember that time when I power drived your tank and the shit went sideways? Let's
Yeah,
do
he, like,
that
tells her-
again. I don't think
tells her
that's
that
ever
in
been popped up on the list of conversations to fucking have.
No, but the lead up to prior to the pile driving of the dick, I can repeat over and over again and be quite content.
Nice.
Okay. All
I just
right.
take more control.
Okay, Rob. I see you.
Okay.
This
Okay,
week in
Rob.
Rob's sex life.
That's all good, dude.
We better have something to top that next week, man. They're gonna
Hey.
the people.
Yeah,
they're
yeah. If
gonna
you
be
can't
wanting
top
something
dick
else.
breaking next week, you're out the show.
Yeah.
We all have our things, you know, that we're like, you know.
I'm not here to
I mean, I'm
coach
into
you.
molesting wooden rocking horses. It's all
I'll tell you
good.
about the strap on next week.
Yeah. Wait, what? Yours or hers?
Which one you want to start with?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh my God!
Lord,
All right, dude.
yeah,
This
say
show
that.
just took a diabolical turn.
Yep. Let's course correct here and fucking,
Yeah, really,
let's
right?
whip it around. Russ.
Whip it around.
Oh, we haven't introduced Ross Ponyboy.
We introduced
I'm-
everybody.
No.
We've just been laughing
yeah,
about
I've
your
got,
fucking poor broke dick ass for the past 15 minutes.
I think it's funny, by the way, what I'm about to read off and what I'm about to talk about. It's right after we were talking about broken peanut. It's really appropriate.
This is awesome. Now, a few of us have been privy to this information, but we have a piece. Russ
Look,
was,
Rob's done. He's like, I'm fucking out of here, man. He's like,
Well,
Russ was hand
No, Rob's
delivered a
turning
piece
a
of
fan
copy. Russ was
I was
hand
hand-delivered-
delivered a
delivered
piece
the-
of copy.
Yes.
So he's going to read it and tell you
And
guys
it's-
all about it.
Okay, here we go, guys. So
Wait, bear with
Next-
him. He's on a fucking
next
8-year-old
Thursday, here we
reading
go.
level.
I know. Stop. Don't fucking make me laugh.
See what happens when we want to
So-
have Nick to course correct us.
Shut up, broke dick.
I know,
Let
right?
Russ read.
oh man.
All right. Shit. So, oh god, I get my shit together. Whew. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
So, like Josh said, we've all been, a lot of us, some of us have been privy to this information. There's going to be a new show that's going to be debuting apparently next Thursday. So I'll read this off. Okay, so check out the brand new Total Package podcast. Yeah, that's what it's called. Coming to you every Thursday night at 8:30. Why 8:30? I don't know, but okay, whatever, ladies.
Hey, is that in the copy? Read the copy.
I am reading. Oh, well, I'm commenting on the copy. Okay, whatever.
Nobody said
fine.
we
I'll just
running
read the copy.
commentary.
Goddamn. Fine. God, stop being so pushy. Anyway, fucking pirate dick. Anyway. So the ladies who are the total package, we'll talk about, and I quote. I got a quote, really? Okay. Whatever the hell they want to. That's not a very good quote. So tune in this Thursday
I hope
for
she
the
is
very first
listening so she
episode.
can
And you know what?
come down the
This,
stairs and smack you in the face.
she's probably going to come down and break her foot off in my ass.
There's
okay?
going to be two of us with wife
and-
murders tonight. They're going to kill us both.
Yeah, really.
All right,
So on their very first episode, it's where they try to figure out what this button does. So I guess so. Yeah. So guys, check them out. Check out the Total Package podcast.
where can they
They're on
find it?
Facebook, Instagram. They have a YouTube channel, and they also have at I guess an email at Total Package Pod on. Well, that's on Twitter. Sorry, at Total Package Pod on Twitter, and I think they have a website, or they're going to do a website. I don't know, one or the other. I'm terrible at this. Anyway,
Anna
point
should
is,
have fucking sent that to me.
I agree. I think next time I'm gonna have you do it. But anyway, in any event, here's the skinny. Let me just talk. It's because I'm reading from her right. Here it is. A bunch of really
Like
awesome
I
women
said,
are getting
everybody.
together to do a killer fucking show, and it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, that's
Check it
gonna
out
be
next
good, man.
Thursday. You're gonna love it. Oh God!
Did they
here we
give
go.
you what are, like who's on it?
Here,
What are
hang
they-
on a
I got
minute,
an
guys.
idea. I got an idea.
Here,
Hand
go
her
ahead.
the headphones and let her
ahead.
tell us about it since you fucked it up.
Sandwich children,
so
let the
bad.
adult
Hey,
do
the
it.
professional's back.
Hey,
There we
yeah,
go.
thank you. Woo.
There we
Okay.
go.
Hey, Anna, stay on the show.
This
Hey,
Thursday
Hey,
at 8:30.
Wait. I got to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Did you ever break Russ's dick when you guys were messing around?
Rob,
Oh my god. dude.
stop. Anna, you have the floor. Please.
All right. Everybody who's watching this cast, I don't care when the hell you watch it or anything, you need to be on the Total Package YouTube channel on Thursday at 8:30 to watch me and Chan and Loretta and Audrey and Bethany and Kate, and I know I'm forgetting somebody and I'm going to forget somebody. I apologize. We have a lot of cast members. You're going to come watch us, try to figure out what the hell this button does, because we don't know what the hell we're doing, but we're going to have a lot of fun doing it. You've
Hell
got to be
yeah,
there at
man.
8:30 though. All right? And it's an all ladies podcast, so you know all of y'all are going to enjoy it because we're going to do it right.
Hell yeah, I've been
All right.
excited for you guys to get
Yeah.
this started, and I can't
Long
wait.
time
Hell yeah.
coming, man. Long time coming.
Not all
It's
of us
been a
are
process.
fucking circus
People.
monkeys.
Yes, Russell is a circus monkey.
He's moping around in the
I'll
background
find
with
that
his head
part.
down. He's moping around in the background with his head down, and all I hear in my head is the fucking Charlie Brown music when he's really sad.
No, he's over there eyeballing the laundry, wondering if he should actually fold it or not. I love it. I have a domestic husband. Yay!
This fucker's got a DeLorean mode.
Well, I know.
Thank you so much, guys, for letting me promo this on the show.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
excited.
Can't wait, man. It's gonna be awesome.
I would have.
Cool.
You know, you should have just sent it to me. I could have read it. You know, he's on it.
I should have, Josh. You know what? My next promo I'm sending straight to you.
No. We like this better. Just put her on.
Although, yeah, just if you need airtime, just come on and grab a spot, you know, and do like you just did.
Just push Russ out of his chair.
Say, move
Of
over.
course. Just wait till I get him a rolling chair. Then I'll just push him out of the way.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Outstanding.
Although, those are kind of fun.
Thank you, guys. Y'all have a wonderful show.
Hell yeah,
Thank
man.
you.
We're
I
all
can't
fired. We're
wait for
putting the
your
ladies
first
on
one.
MPSP. It's official. We're gone. They're in. We can watch now.
Fucking way better than that. So.
All right.
It is a bunch of really awesome ladies that are going to be on that show, though, so
Hell
definitely
yeah,
check it
dude.
out.
She stole
They're all
my
wonderful.
Now she's trying to jack my drink. God damn, everything.
Your
Oh my
drink?
god, my drink.
Your drink?
Look, I've had
Your Pepsi?
I've had a little bit of drink tonight. I'm already. I'm a little
Hell yeah.
good, dude. Anyway,
All right.
I'm sure that promo went really well. The woman took care of
That one did.
Yeah.
that one did. Yeah, that one definitely went better. But anyways, yeah, guys, everyone, seriously, give it a listen, check it out. I think they've been really working hard on really coming up with a lot of stuff. It's been kind of interesting watching everything come together for them. It's really cool. So I think it's going to be good. You know, I think we're gonna probably see a lot of the nerdy stuff we talk about. We'll probably get to see a lot of the female side of it, and it should be really interesting.
that's
That's always like a question that gets asked a lot on any show. Is like, you know, how do your wives deal with this? Because like there's mostly dudes on them, you know. So like I think that's an interesting perspective, you know. Because like even you know, like if your spouse, even if he or she, you know, isn't a nerd, like how do they just kind of deal with someone who is, you know? So I
Right.
Shit, I married a nerd and she still can't figure out how to deal with me.
Same here.
Well,
Same here.
obviously, she's had to relearn how to work around your fucking bait and tackle.
Josh, that's why they make these cool stores. You can find them usually by truck stops.
Nice, man.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
well
always
done.
all kinds
I'll
of bait
let
and
that
tackle
go.
in there.
interesting perspective, you know.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be good.
Cool.
I think they've got a good group too.
I was gonna say, plus
All the
everyone's
ladies
on
that
it,
they have.
or everyone that's on is awesome. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an awesome group, so it should be fun.
I'm super pumped because I'm definitely excited to hear what they're going to be talking about. And you
Me
know,
too.
I know they have some great perspectives, and I love to hear their perspectives and takes on things. So yes, nothing but the best of luck from us here.
Absolutely. And I also made sure I told them that we're here if they need, you know, any questions, if they have any, you know, I was real nice about it. I was like trying to be real, like, you know, politically correct. I said, look, not saying you can't handle it, but I'm just saying if you need any.
I think we could definitely tell them what not to do.
All they got to do is
That's what I
watch.
said.
All they got to do is watch
Yeah.
1 week, random episode, pick one, watch, don't do fucking that, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, it's for what to do.
Just
Yeah,
watch the show.
I don't know. We can't help you there, but
Oh God.
No, but I
It's
know
fucking awesome.
I've told Anna, you know, and Misty's told Chan, is like, if you have any questions about the technical side of things, because it is hands-on learning experience and it is confusing at first.
Yeah.
Please feel free to hit me up. I'm always happy to help. But I've got nothing but absolute faith in them kicking the shit out of this, kicking it to teeth in, taking no prisoners.
oh yeah, man.
Damn right. I just want to know when they're
I think-
opening
I
a
think it's-
mentorship program so I can learn how to do this shit better.
Yeah, and
That would
whenever
require
it gets
listening.
worked out.
What?
All right.
We're
Well,
basing on what?
let's get into our topics because we got a few things we want to
Oh,
talk
we
about.
done.
This week we're going to kick things off with some video game news talk. First of all, Square Enix. You may have heard of them. They're a pretty well-known, reputable publisher that's put out the Final Fantasy series, among others. They've had two really hyped-up titles that are supposed to come out this year. Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 1, which was supposed to release on March the 3rd of this year, and Avengers Endgame, an action RPG, I think, that is tied into the movie. They have both, it was supposed to see a May release, they've both been pushed back. Final Fantasy VII has been pushed back to April the 10th, so, just another month. And Avengers Endgame was pushed from May to September. The reasons why is basically because they want to just put the fit and finish on it, so to speak, fine-tune everything and make sure everything is working as optimally as possible upon release to give you the best possible version upon release.
Is this a common thing?
It's very common. It's very
especially
common.
with Squeenix.
Yeah, it's a lot of companies, unless they're under like impossible to fucking demands, they usually
Yeah, I mean, we just
like
got to.
If they have a deadline for a street date, you have to meet this, or you lose funding for this. They'll push something out and then patch it later. But
yeah, we also, it's the same idea with CD Projekt Red. They'll do it too because they just did it with Cyberpunk. They pushed it back to September.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's the thing with companies like that.
Well, CD Projekt Red, they're the company that brought out the original Witcher game.
All three of them.
Yeah, all three of them. But the first one, that's how I first heard of them. And I'm looking forward to Cyberpunk 2077, so I'm fine with that getting pushed back too.
Well,
and the one thing I can say is when CD Projekt Red or Square Enix pushes back a title to continue work on it a little bit longer, it never is a bad thing. They always come out with amazing stuff.
I feel like that always gets a negative connotation, but then it's like if they're like, hey, we need to fix some stuff, I'd rather them do it before it comes out. Same thing with like when a figure gets pushed back.
Yep.
Yeah,
like that,
exactly.
like that fucking that Motor Master, that X-Transbox one.
Well, I mean, that's
That's
all
a good thing.
all
They
you have
pushed
to
it
do.
back.
Yeah.
Man,
All you got to do is
I got that today, and it's fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
all you got to do is look at the polished
I'm on
Square Enix title, though, and
Mhm.
there's a reason they're so good.
You look at their last release. Their last Final Fantasy release was 15.
It was amazing.
It was. It's one of the
That's
best
great,
Final
sure.
Fantasy games I've ever played. I would say
Yeah.
6 has the best overall story, but 15.
Oh man, I think 15 bumped every one of them for me now. I went back and played it again.
It's right there.
It is.
It's fucking amazing.
That's how you know you liked it. If you went back and played it again, you really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm about to
You
do it a
enjoyed it.
third time.
Dude, it took them like 10 years to get that game
That's
done.
good.
Yeah, and it
Because it
shows.
originally
well,
started
you know,
out
hey.
as
That's cool,
as a
though,
spin-off
shit.
of Final Fantasy 13.
Yeah,
then
and
they
what it-
redid everything from the ground up and became 15.
Yeah, it is
No.
probably the most
I would always-
heart-wrenching story in Final Fantasy's
It's
legacy.
it's
That
I would-
right
is.
there.
Yeah,
I think everyone probably would, if they're really smart about it, would rather them take longer and produce a better product than rush something out, and
Mm-hmm.
because one thing I can't stand is a game that comes out before it shouldn't, and they gotta
Right.
fix a bunch of shit. I hate it. And it happens all the time. I know, but it's like some game that's really shitty. Like remember No Man's Sky? I mean, that game got pushed back a lot. And then when it came out, it still wasn't really what it should have been.
and a lot of that was
problem-
because
The problem
They-
with No
you
Man's
know.
Sky was Sean Murray overpromised on launch day what
He,
was
he,
supposed to be
he
there.
absolutely did.
He said,
No, the
"I wanna
one
have-
thing-
we want to have this, we want to have this, we want to have this," and all the fans are like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, it's going to be there on launch day," and it wasn't there. To his credit, they have gone
Yeah.
back and put everything in that he said he wanted
Oh, no.
in. They fixed
Absolutely.
the game to what it was supposed
And
to
it-
be.
If
and it's amazing now. It's a really
Yeah,
good game.
it's incredible.
But-
I like it a lot better now than when I
On
first
launch
played it.
day, it felt like a $20 indie beta versus
Yeah.
a $60
Yeah,
AAA
I-
title.
Well, I know there
I
was some
wasn't
pressure
happy.
on them to get it out too
Mhm.
from the publisher because that was
Well, dude,
Sony.
they pushed it back for like I think a year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah,
It
was
got pushed
back a
back. It
while.
was like,
And it was
Yeah.
another year after that before the updates finally hit to where it became
Yeah,
the
it was-
game it's been. And the
but,
one
you
thing
know,
I
but
will say,
eventually,
they didn't start cranking content into DLC. They actually have been putting out and still are putting out update after update for free.
absolutely.
But-
and that's what they,
Nobody's gonna tell Square Enix what to do.
No, Square Enix is like, go fuck yourself. We're gonna do it. That's cool though. I mean, I'd rather them, like I said, I'd rather them take a little bit of time and try to get it right than so that's cool.
Exactly.
And it's gonna be so right.
Well, I mean,
I can't wait.
I'm looking forward to it. I enjoy
Mhm.
7. A lot of people absolutely adore 7, and that's their favorite one.
That was mine until
I
15.
Dude, I mean, I'm more, I like 6. 7 is good, but 7's just a middle of the pack title for me. Because I'd played 1, 4, and 6 before I even played 7. Of course, they were released as 1, 2, and 3 here in the States. So when 7 came out, I was like, where's 4? What the fuck? It should be 4,
Yeah.
not 7. But what I'd realized, I'd already played 4, but we called it 2 because they didn't port over 2 and 3 on the NES, and they didn't port over 5 on the Super NES. It didn't get its first stateside release until on the PlayStation, like in 1999 or 2000. So that was
Yeah.
crazy. But
I was looking for the old Final Fantasy titles back when eBay first started becoming a thing because I was
Mhm.
starting to collect again, and I kept thinking it's like, okay, I know I played 1, 2, and 3. Where's 4, 5, and 6? I can't find. And then I started digging into it. I didn't find out about all that shit until, God, probably was it 2000, 2001?
yeah,
That, oh wait, we got this and we got this, but we didn't get these. Like, what the fuck?
yeah, they put out these 2 collections on the PlayStation. I think in the year 2000, the Anthology Collection, and one was the original Final Fantasy, and it had 1 and 2 on the disc, and then it also came packed with Chrono Trigger, and then the other one was Final Fantasy 4 and Final Fantasy 5 on a 2-disc set. So that's how I got 5 and 2 for the first time. So it's pretty great. But yeah, it's just a short delay, really, and I'm fine with it. Looking forward to it a lot. Anybody have anything else on that?
Nope. I can't wait to play it. It's gonna be amazing. Take all the time you need. I got a backlog from hell anyway.
Same. All right, Rob, you posted an article about Microsoft, how they're looking to pretty much end the console wars. Not what anyone's thinking, like, oh, they're going to drop a console that's so great that people are just going to say, fuck Nintendo, fuck Sony. That's not what their goal is.
No, they're taking this to a whole different level. They're gonna out Stadia the Stadia by a long shot. Basically, the premise of what they've decided to do with the Xbox brand going forward is it's a brand and more than just a console now, and they want to tie together everything. So they've obviously got their gaming console, the Xbox One right now, the Series X coming up. And they've got their Game Pass service, which is like a Netflix for video games. Great service. Love it so far on both PC and Xbox. And they've been working on this thing called Project xCloud, which is cloud gaming, that ties all of it together. And their idea is basically they want you to be able to play no matter what. You want to play them, you don't want to buy the console, play on a mobile phone, buy the game, play it on your mobile phone, play it on your PC. Anything that will support this Project xCloud, and low-key rumors I've heard that are actually in talks with Sony because Sony is struggling with the cloud side to do their cloud gaming, which would potentially involve Sony as well. And we know they've been working tight with Nintendo. I mean, this is as simple as an app that can be placed on this console, and then you're playing these games on the cloud service. And then the other thing they're doing with the next release of the Xbox is that all first-party titles for a minimum of the first 2 years of the Series X will also be pushed to the One. And then everything that the Xbox One plays now will be compatible with the Series X, including all the original Xbox titles, the cross-compatible, the backwards-compatible Xbox 360 titles, anything that hits their Game Pass service, anything that's digital. Doesn't matter which Xbox console it was on, that's going to... It will be compatible with the new Series X.
That's pretty cool. That's cool.
Yeah. You know, you tie in the fact that they're doing that and they're unifying the PC and the Xbox platforms so that...
And essentially Android for mobile.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's all tying everything together. So it's becoming more of an ecosystem than anything. It's game where you want, how you want, no matter what.
Yeah, that's an awesome thing, and you know, I like to hear the fact that you know they've been in talks with Sony to work on infrastructure together. You know, I think calling them console wars for so long has been such a misnomer anyway. Yes, they're competitors, but nobody wants to see anybody fail. And when you have more options, and when you have people working together to advance technology and situations in gaming to expand your base and satisfy your base, it's just a win for everybody. So I'm all for it. I think it's a good thing. I'm not an Xbox guy. I never have been, but I don't talk shit about them.
Same here.
Yeah, see, I'm a huge
you
Xbox
talk shit
guy.
about them, but I don't.
He only talks shit about them because that's my primary console, and he wants to be a dick.
and for me, it's just
It's just to fuck with Rob.
For me, it's just the variety of the types of games they offer. I'm more of an RPG guy, so therefore I have more options on Nintendo and Sony than I do Microsoft, and that's the only thing.
Right. See, I mean, our household, we just play fucking everything. Like, I tend to lean more towards
everything, man.
Xbox and PC simply because I do play a lot of shooters, like the Borderlands stuff. I play a big Gears of War fan. I play a lot of Forza.
Yeah,
and I'm also a big PC guy, and now that they're unifying them both, I'm even more locked into that ecosystem.
Oh yeah.
But gaming's gaming, man. I'll play anything. There's exclusives on every console.
Game, yeah, you give me a good game, I'll play the shit out of it.
Yeah, but you are right. Sony is very RPG heavy, which is awesome. I love RPGs too. Actually, I've found myself more on the PlayStation lately for that reason, because I haven't wanted to play the fast twitch shooters, and I wanted something I could sit back and just relax and play. And
and really just wrap your head around and fucking get balls deep into a story.
Yeah, and then I played the fucking Spider-Man game, and it absorbed my fucking life.
Nice.
God damn, that was good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I get obsessive sometimes when I start a game and I really get into it. I have a hard time like letting it go.
Dude, I'll tell you, that's when you know it's good when you're like sitting at work thinking about it. Like, I can't fucking wait.
Yeah, dude. That's
I saw all fucking weekend. I was coming home after work. I gotta beat this fucking game. This is great.
Yeah,
I saw this post on Facebook, and it was like this girl, because you know how like there's like that stigma, you know, and like my wife doesn't do this, but it's like girls like bitching about their mans like playing video games or whatever.
Yeah.
But like she was like this is my man, like he's playing video games. She's like, but he's like not out here like causing trouble, like doing drugs, drinking. Like, this is where like how he finds enjoyment and stuff like that. You know, I thought that was cool. You know, I was like, yeah, like it gets a bad rap, but it's like it's harmless. You know,
right?
Like, it often gets associated. Like, I know, Rob, you and I have discussed this. Like, it often gets blamed for people's actions. You know, but video games are never the cause.
Nope.
You know?
No, they're no different than watching a movie or reading a book or any of the other various forms of media that we. You know, why am I a bad guy for sitting there and playing a video game, and you, Mr. Fucker over here, is the good guy because you spend all weekend getting drunk and beating guys' asses watching football.
Exactly, man. And dude, that's I forgot what I was gonna say, but it's like, my wife, like, she kind of worries about like my son like playing video games, but he doesn't sit and play a game all day. So like, and then I tell her, I grew up playing video games.
Yeah.
And I got like a good job. Like I support my family. I'm not some fucking delinquent, so it's something like it doesn't.
No, I hear you. No, that's
and the
a good
thing is,
point. I mean, shit.
Think about gaming this way. How many times have a lot of you've heard about people getting into a book and then winding up reading all through the night because they got so hooked onto the story? Do you know how many times I've done that on a game?
Yeah,
Jesus Christ!
I'm sure.
Dude, and it's all good. It's all good.
I'm
I
sure.
did it last night playing Grand Theft Auto.
Mass
Dude,
Effect.
I've been like that with video games, books, like wanting to finish a TV show, like just something to get you excited like that, and this kind of sparks your imagination, dude. Like no matter what the medium is, it's all good. And I think people get hung up on what the medium is. They're like, oh, well,
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
Dude, I
I'll tell you what.
Video games, not
comics.
I
Yo,
went when I went back and played
Yeah.
Mass Effect for the and actually played through the story and focused on the game and not just buzzed through shit like a shooter. I started on a Saturday morning and I was like tears rolling at 6:00 the next morning with the credits scrolling down the screen and the sun coming up out my window.
Ran
You
through
know,
a whole
or-
game just nonstop in like 24 hours like that.
Yeah.
I can't do that on an RPG because I'm doing all the content I possibly can.
Dude, I did. That's the thing. I mean, you can knock out a Mass Effect in 22-ish hours if you're doing all the shit.
The original.
The first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
Dude,
you
it
can't
was-
do that on 2 or 3.
No, dude, 2 and 3 took me a couple weekends, but even then, I got towards the end of 2, and it was the same shit. I knew I was close. I was getting ready to go into the suicide mission, and I started playing at 6:00 at night, and it was the same thing. I was sun coming up when I was sitting there ending that game, going, "Holy shit!" It's like, what the fuck just happened? This was incredible.
You guys are awesome. I haven't done an all-nighter on a video game since I was a kid, dude. I
did it-
can't do that shit now.
I did it with Final Fantasy 15 too.
Dude.
That's awesome, dude. Hell yeah. Good for you guys. Shit.
15's so good.
I'm
I gotta
impressed.
Visit it soon.
Oh yeah.
That's cool, though.
Well, I finished it like within 2 weeks of first getting it. 100% of the game, got all the trophies and everything.
Oh,
Within
damn.
2 weeks of getting it, I put like 93 hours initially on that playthrough when I beat it. But
Yeah, EE.
I ended
Go
up
ahead.
having over 180 some hours into that save file, but I haven't touched it since like it was 4 months after it came out. So I have all the DLC for it and everything, and never even played it. So as soon as I wrap up Grand Theft Auto 5, playing through it again for the first time since it came out several years ago, that's what I'm gonna do is revisit 15.
Yeah, EE brought one up in the chat too. Halo 1, dude. I binged the fuck out of every Halo game. I love Halo. I'm actually
Dude.
working through Master Chief Collection right now.
There's this, there's this one of my one of my 8th graders, like, I always like shoot the shit with them before class started. I'm like, oh, what'd you do last night? And she's like, I played video games. I'm like, all right, what were you playing? She was like, Halo, and I was like, which one? She was playing Halo 2. You know?
Nice,
I'm like, all right, cool. You must have cool parents, you know?
dude.
Yeah, that's awesome,
yeah.
dude. Shit.
Yeah, the Halo series did that to me. Fucking Gears of War. Oddly, everybody looks at it as a big bro shooter, but the story on the Gears game
Dude,
is incredible.
I loved Gears of War, man. I played through that 1, 2, and 3. I played through 1, 2, and 3. I don't know how many there are now, but
5.
oh, okay. Yeah, I loved them, man. Thought they were cool.
Yeah. But
All
yeah,
right.
I mean, we love gaming.
Oh, yeah.
Xbox is doing good
Indeed.
things. Microsoft for the win. Sony's okay too. Nintendo, everybody loves.
Yeah.
If you don't love Nintendo, there's something wrong with you.
Well, there was a phase when I didn't. But
Yeah, well, we don't talk
yeah,
about
me-
your
me
emo
too.
phase, do we?
Well, let's be honest. There was a time when Nintendo stunk. It just was bad. So
yeah.
Nintendo's never
Yeah.
truly stunk. They had some stinkers.
oh
but they
yeah,
never
I
truly
don't know.
stunk.
I think
No,
they
the shit
stunk.
they were doing with
They had-
YouTubers was asinine. But
Oh, they had some really stinky gimmicks. Let's be fair.
like the Wii thing was fun for about a minute, and I was like, I want a real fucking video game. Get away from me.
yeah, but as soon as you plug in the Pro controller and say fuck the whole wiggle waggle
Yeah.
shit and actually play, oh dude, we had some
that's
incredible
true,
games.
'cause I got
think
Skyward Sword.
Yeah,
Skyward Sword was great.
It
The
was,
Galaxy
but
games,
the
Fortune.
problem with Skyward Sword, it would only work with the Rumble controller, and you had to swing it like a sword every time. You couldn't use a Pro controller with it. So that game, I never
But-
finished because my arm got goddamn tired.
Skyward Sword was also available on the GameCube.
yeah. I played
My GameCube was dead at that time.
But the Wii is a GameCube,
Hmm.
and I had a
and you
I
can
had a
plug a
good time.
controller into it.
I understand that, but I'd already paid $50 for Skyward Sword. I wasn't about to do so a second time just so I could play.
Okay, valid. But it still was an awesome game. The Galaxies were. See, I couldn't play the Galaxies for more than a few minutes at a time because they fucked with my vertigo something fierce.
Oh wow.
But I could watch Tiff play them as long as I didn't focus on the screen, and the games themselves were really fun.
Speaking of, a wife and one that broke your dick by driving it into her taint. Another married couple had some problems of a different matter. Now, this is something we normally wouldn't talk about, but just
This was
the
fucking great.
this headline and story alone, I was like, guys, we just got to bring this up, and weigh in on it. A man in Kansas wants to settle his ugly custody battle with his wife by undergoing trial by combat with samurai swords.
Hell yeah, dude. They power to him, man. I couldn't imagine that.
I
That's a
think
terrible
this
thing to go
needs to
through.
be a TV show.
Like a reality
Hey,
series.
Rob, is
Couples
someone
want a divorce?
dude,
Samurai divorce!
I'm saying with this, if somebody was smart, they would scoop this now. Like now. You know?
before
Okay.
somebody else does.
Dude,
I got
we
it.
got this dude's contact
Ninja
information, man.
divorcees!
Well,
We-
here's,
we could
here's
do
some
like-
stuff.
I was gonna say we could say next week on Masturbation Be Serious.
You see Nick and Kate
Rob's
going
wife?
at it.
Rob's wife finds out he told the story, and swords happen.
If she wants him dead, I'll be like, kill him. He deserves
Challenges
it.
you to a
Terrible.
battle to the death and shit.
He aired you out like that.
Yeah.
Lowry, you can't do this. You'd be dead in 4 seconds. I've met your wife. She's a badass.
Yeah.
Good word.
All right, so what it is, I'm just going to read some things here. A Kansas man has thrown down the gauntlet to his ex-wife and her attorney, seeking court permission to settle their child custody case on the field of battle with a sword fight. David Ostrom, age 40, claims in court papers that ex-wife Bridget Ostrom, age 38, and her attorney, Matthew Hudson, have already destroyed him legally, in quotations, in their ongoing legal battle in her hometown in Iowa. I now wish to give them the chance to meet me on the field of battle, where I will rend their souls from their bodies, Ostrom wrote in the filing. He asked the judge for a 3-month delay so he could obtain Japanese samurai swords ready for his planned combat. He said he got the idea after seeing the New York case of Richard Luthman, a Staten Island attorney, who also sought trial by combat to settle a beef with another lawyer and his clients. To this day, trial by combat has never been explicitly banned or restricted as a right in the United States, Ostrom argued in the court records, adding that it was used as recently as 1818 in British court.
I
Like
think we're a little bit past 1818.
Mm-hmm.
I like how you say as recently as 1818. Like that was like
only
yesterday.
202 years ago was the last time on record that this was used in a court case. Still
Hilarious,
relevant.
dude.
Yeah, so say, Your Honor, that's valid
Crazy.
precedent.
Yeah. He's going to go to Japan to get some Attorney
This is how new laws get made.
So
Yeah. Hey, Rob, that's a good. This is why we have those idiot laws.
Right?
Yeah, really.
okay, so he said, I think I've met Mr. Hudson's absurdity with my own absurdity, he told the local paper. If Mr. Hudson is willing to do it, I will meet him. I don't think he has the guts to do it. So Hudson, his wife's attorney, he referred to himself as a potential combatant in his own response. He said, although the respondent and potential combatant do have souls to be rended, they respectfully request that the court not order this done. He noted that the potentially life-ending ramifications of a duel surely outweigh their fight over property tax and custody issues. The judge,
I don't know how much is the property tax.
was not even remotely amused. And he said until the proper procedural steps to initiate a court proceeding are followed, this court will take no further action concerning any motion, objection, or petition filed by either party at this time. Holy shit. What a fucking nut.
Okay. Hear me out on this, though. He won. He won.
How did he win?
Here's how he won. Because he got the judge. He got the judge he got them to get kind of come down to his level, and now the judge is all pissed off. Now the judge is like, I don't want to hear from any of y'all. Figure shit out. Unless you got some legit shit, I don't want to hear it. Right? So he bought himself a lot of time. He wins. The judge doesn't want to even talk to him now. He won. He got what he wanted. I think this guy's a genius, man. He's a fucking brilliant genius.
I learned a long time ago.
Evil.
Never piss off the judge. It never.
No,
ends well.
true. But hold on. He pissed. Yeah, it might have pissed the judge off, but it didn't piss the judge off to the point where the judge was like, the judge got mad because he was like, you guys are both absurd. Both sides are absurd.
Would you
So
say
was
that
like,
this
"Fuck all of you."
judge? Would you say the judge has granted them a stay of execution?
Touche, my friend.
No, they're not fencing.
I mean,
They're not fencing. That's fencing. Touche.
oh yeah, that's right. That's the one with the skinny swords. Yeah, the sabers. Yeah, and shit like
Foils.
that. Yeah, you're right.
Foils, Russ. They're foils.
Foils. Excuse me.
Chopsticks.
Listen, if it ain't a fucking samurai sword, it ain't a sword. Okay, I don't care what it is.
Wow.
Katana, Russ.
Fine.
Katana.
I've got katana, whatever. I got a bunch of them upstairs. They're great.
Oh, he's prepping for his.
If I was joking or not.
Well, I mean, I'm sure
You
Anna's-
I haven't showed you. I'll send you pictures, Sam.
That's okay. No, I'm just kidding. You're just gonna think of it.
We've seen it on YouTube, Russ. We don't need to see it on here.
I know this trick, man.
He's like, I'm not falling for that again.
Only 3 times. Shame on Rob.
Shame on Rob.
Wait,
So,
what?
all right. So
What do we got next?
we know Russ would lose. So what about you, Sam? If you and Jackie had some irreconcilable differences, would you challenge her to trial by combat?
It depends on what type of combat it was. And
Well,
what type of,
obviously not wrestling.
that's what I was gonna say, man. If we
Would
do
you
that,
challenge
then-
her to a sword fight? Her being a nurse, knowing critical points of anatomy, and you being a wrestler, knowing also anatomy, pressure points and things for takedowns and such, would you be willing to risk trial by combat with her if she had swords and you were?
I mean, for my kids,
No,
basically, like-
over like
Yeah.
lunch.
For lunch?
Over like a fucking sandwich or something, Loser,
No.
loser pays.
no,
That pastrami and rye is mine.
no way,
Dude,
no
if
way.
it's pastrami and rye, I'd fucking throw Misty down to the ground.
Yeah.
I'll be like,
Hand-
you're paying
hand
for
to
my
hand,
pastrami and
yeah,
rye. Yeah, there we
Hand to
go.
hand stuff I could handle. But any weapon,
Get
man,
the fuck out of here.
I'm not a fight with a weapon.
Man, all Misty got to do for you, dude, is just hide your fucking leg. She got your ass. You ain't going nowhere.
You'd be surprised how well I can get around with that sumbitch attached.
Oh, I bet you, you are definitely not at a disadvantage. A definite disadvantage.
Here's the thing, man. Once that thing's on, it ain't coming off. You're not pulling it off.
Yeah, that's a done
Oh,
deal.
no, man, but you don't sleep with the bitch on. Shit.
Yeah, but Misty's tiny, man. She'd be like a
You can
ninja
tell-
hiding in places and shit.
She'd give her
She'd
position
hear you.
Never know,
away
dude.
because she giggles.
Ah, yeah. That'd be funny as shit. She's like ready to sneak in and ambush Josh. She starts going.
Hey, yeah, just a FYI, they're saying the feed is choppy.
Oh.
The YouTube thing.
It's probably because of this article I've got pulled up, and it's really fucking straining because of this.
What is it? What is it?
Oh, I just closed it because I was gonna.
Florida man.
I was going to talk about it just now.
Segway.
Hilarious.
Hopefully that will make it better.
Professional.
No, next thing I was going to talk about, we're going to shift over to some TV news. A couple of shows that I thoroughly enjoy. The first one being The Watchmen on HBO. News came out yesterday that HBO is not going to pursue a continuation of the series. The reason being, David Lindelof, who was the showrunner, has said he doesn't want to do any more with it. He told the story he wanted to tell, and he's stepping away, but if they wanted to keep going, they were more than welcome to do so, but HBO said they didn't want to do it without him on board.
Dude, all I can say is like kudos to literally every party involved in that.
Yeah.
I wish that more shows would do that. Just be like, I've done all I want to with it. And everyone's like, all right, cool. Move on to something else.
Okay, but hold on, Josh. You watched the entire season, right,
I
Josh?
did. Yes, I did.
Okay. Okay. Without giving giving it away or anything, they didn't leave that like the last episode of the season. They didn't leave it on like a cliffhanger, right? I mean, it wrapped up okay. Did it? Like,
I mean,
did they make it where they could do another season or not do another season? You know what I'm saying?
yes. Yes.
Okay. Good. Good.
There's
That's all I
potential
was
completely
concerned with.
open for another season. The ending was
Okay.
left ambiguous, so you could come
That's
to
what
a
I was wondering.
conclusion of did
Okay.
this happen or did it happen. But it is
All right,
totally
well, that's
open.
cool.
There is room for more stories if they want to revisit it. Honestly, I hope
Okay.
that they do, but I would only want them to do so if Lindelof were on board after this first season because of what he did with it. Because honestly, like I said, it was the best thing I watched last year. It was amazing.
Well, I mean, I guess since he's done, I mean, he says he's told the story he wanted to tell. So maybe his intent always was to just do one season, you know?
And if
That
that
sounds
was,
like it.
if that was his intent, I'm totally fine with it. I mean, if they never did it again, it's literally one of the most perfect one of the most perfect seasons of TV that you could possibly see.
That's good. As long as they wrapped it up okay, I want to watch it now. So
Oh,
as long as they wrapped it up okay,
100% wholly
you
satisfying.
know, that's
You
cool.
absolutely should check it out.
Because I just can't stand like when they do a show and they like leave like end it where it's like hanging like there's more story to tell, and then they go, "Oh, we're done. We're not doing that no more." You're like, "What the fuck?"
Oh,
To
yeah.
me, what's worse is when they end it and you're like, all right, that was really good. And then they're like, what?
Oh, that's so bad.
God, you might have-
I think I agree with you.
see this Netflix show. This was years ago, man. It was called Bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
I never watched it. No.
Okay, so this show, it had the dude that played director Krennic. What's his name? The Australian dude. I'll think of it in a second.
Oh, Ben Mendelsohn.
So he was in the show, and it was a one season thing. It had him, and it had this one guy whose name I can't remember, and then Hawkeye's wife was in it. The girl from
Linda Cardellini.
Yeah, and I couldn't even remember the show. Freaks and Geeks. God damn, dude. So, but this show, it was just a few episodes, like probably around 10, and I was like, man, this show's awesome. And then in literally like the last scene of the last episode, they just shoehorned in some bullshit to make it go on to a second season. I remember being so upset. I was like, no, like it just like made
Like it was obvious, right? You like tell it was obvious that wasn't the intent.
Yeah, I think at that point they're like, okay, like the screening test, they're loving it, so let's sign on for a season 2. And I remember just feeling a certain kind of way about that, you know, because up until that point I was like, this is a nice one and done story, you know.
Right. No, and you're right. It sucks when you can tell that they weren't planning on going any further, but they kind of change things up, but it doesn't match what you've seen all the way through.
Yeah.
Right.
But then, like, sucks, dude. The inverse is true. And my take on that always is like, do whatever you gotta do. Take what time you need to take to tell the story that you want to tell. Whether that's 3 seasons, 1 season, 2 episodes, you know, whatever. Tell your story.
Yeah, no, good point. I'd rather you do that than try to either elongate it or not finish it. You know, so
yeah. Problem is too many of these studios just get addicted to the money from, this is really popular. Sure, Let's keep going it way too fucking long.
Yeah. And then
too many shows suffer from
you know? Too many people. Yeah. Like that's like always been one of the reasons why I'm really hesitant to get into like an ongoing series, man. I'm just like, they're just gonna at some point make it stupid to keep it going.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Just squeeze another 1 or 2 seasons out of it to keep people. Kind of
going that way, but
Arrow,
lame, dude. Yeah, you know, I stopped watching Arrow after season 3.
I made it halfway through that one. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, honestly, season 3 was tough for me at times. I had a hard time staying engaged, but I wanted to. I wanted to at least get that season done, and then after season 3, I couldn't stay with it, man.
Yeah.
I think a big part of it with me though is I felt like they just tried to make him too much like Batman for me.
Yeah.
I wish they would have tried to make him a little more of his own character, and I felt like they just tried to copy him a lot of like they couldn't use Batman, so they said we're gonna make him our Batman. And
because that was when they had Ra's al Ghul in it. Yes. And dude, funny enough, like I thought all the shit with him in like the first half of the season was cool when he just like went up to the mountain and Ra's al Ghul like whooped his ass.
Yeah,
but I was like, all right, leave him alone. But then like they made him the big bad, and I was like, all right, not as interested.
Yeah, it drove me kind of crazy because I mean I look at him as a Batman villain. He's in the bear. To me, he's the rogue Batman's rogue gallery.
Yeah, and that's why I was okay with him just completely thrashing Oliver Queen. And then
that was the thing.
Too, actually, it was satisfying.
Oliver became like
is out of your league.
One of the biggest things with Ra's al Ghul is his obsession with Bruce Wayne becoming the next Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, the heir.
And that's what they did with Oliver Queen. It's like the fucking Green Arrow is not supposed to be the heir to the League of Assassins.
Yeah, because I'm okay with them like featuring those villains, but to make it to have the heroes kind of fill those roles, I'm not okay with that. But
you're right, that's why it lost me.
They literally told the worst Batman story.
Yeah,
it's a great story with Batman.
Yeah,
right. They even had Talia and his other daughter. The other daughter he has. I can't remember her name. Nissa. That's it.
Nissa. Yeah, she was.
Nissa. Yeah.
Nissa with Sarah Lance, dude. And I thought she was cool, also, man. And then she died, and they made the other man. Oh. Yeah.
Well, she was cool, but I just didn't like that she was. It was a great character. It would have been great if it had been a Batman show.
So, hold on a second. Just for the record, before Josh cuts the sizzle reel, I told the broke dick joke or story.
Oh my god.
Ours?
Yes.
For a minute there, with that long pause, I thought she was going to be pissed for a second. Then I heard her reaction, and that makes me happier than a pig in shit.
I thought she was getting her sword.
I don't know. She's still in the closet. I'm not sure what she's doing. I could die before the end of the show, so we'll see.
She's gonna meet you in combat, man, friend.
The whole
know me,
YouTube
man.
community is laughing at me right now.
It taught me a lot about myself.
Then it's worth it.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
What?
What'd she say?
She said, then it's worth it, you know?
It was worth your misery, your month of misery, you broke dick fuck, to make people laugh.
With your broke ass dick.
It was, and we
Oh,
laugh about it
God.
to this day.
Obviously, because she
God.
just was, and I love it.
That's cool, man. Hey, shout out to Tiff, dude. She got to deal with
props
all
to her.
I know, right?
Now you see why I'm still married to her?
You can see
Oh,
why you
well,
don't-
mostly
don't
because
try
she
to
has
Dude, you
follow
got a
me and my
broke dick. No other woman will have you.
Right?
She took pity on your broke dick ass.
You took pity on my broke dick ass.
He healed nicely. Works just fine. I forgive you.
There you go. See, that's good. That's good.
I love
Oh
you.
my god.
Heard it. You heard it. There you go. You heard it from
Oh,
her.
me too. Can they hear me?
Yes,
Yes, they
we
can hear
can.
you.
So sweet.
Quite clearly.
That's so awesome.
Dude, Sam in the chat.
Stupid shit.
Who's in the chat?
All of them?
I said, look at Sam in the chat. He said, if Rob disappears, should I wait 10 minutes before calling for help?
Sam said, Robert.
He's local.
We're calling help.
So.
That's funny,
I
dude.
know where the pigs are. There won't be anything left by the time anybody gets here.
Oh, God. She threatened me with the pigs.
Oh,
Nice.
dude.
She been watching Deadwood.
Okay, we need to finish our show.
Hey,
Yeah,
Rob was
indeed.
Deadwood
That's
for a month, dude.
All right. So,
Sam, that was great.
yeah, that was good.
You're so
Hey,
savage tonight. Oh my god.
I had 2 kids by that time. A month, nothing. 6
Yeah,
weeks or
hey.
so after.
I hear
That's
you, man.
brutal.
I hear you.
No, that's a good point. Although Anna and I never could make it the whole 6 weeks after
Dude.
childbirth. Huh.
One time,
Sorry.
I love it.
I got a spider bite on my dick once.
Oh, shit.
What?
And Misty had just had some type of procedure done where they had like cut off a little part of her cervix for a biopsy. So they told her you can't have sex for 6 weeks. And it just so happened that I got a spider bite, so I had a skin infection on my dick.
Oh my god.
And it was on the underside, you know, where it fucking on the underside where the hung
Take the fun
down.
of it.
And it's like, fuck, man, that was the most miserable 6 weeks of our lives. And then 9 months later,
guys
Madison
start looking at
showed
each
up
other.
because we were like balled up rage of fucking sexual frustration when we finally got to go at it, man. It's like, boom, all of a sudden she's pregnant.
Oh, damn.
That's funny, man.
It's like, well,
What
that
a
much
great
build
story.
up, that much build up, and then
with Sunny, man, because we had like a
she's walking around here shaking her head, just looking up. She's like, what the hell? Why did I ever agree to let him do a show?
we got this snowstorm. This was back in 2014, right? And they're like, you know, you're gonna get 4 feet of snow. So we went to the grocery store that was like right down the block, like in
Get
our old
bread
house.
and milk so you can make milk sandwiches.
We got food, and like we just got like all the booze, you know, and we just got fucked up for like 4 days straight. Like we'd wake up and like at the time it was my first teaching job. Like every morning I wake up and they'd be like, all right, no, like I'd get the call like, oh, we got a snow day, and like we would just start getting fucked up. And then 9 months later we had Sunny. You know, so-
Oh, damn.
He's a snow day baby.
Mhm.
Respect.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right, moving on.
Yeah, this has been a wild one tonight.
This has been a crazy off the rails show. It has.
Oh, Nick's never gonna forgive us, is he?
He's like, I'm never leaving again.
He's the one that left us the keys to the fucking
Jeep.
yeah.
I have the keys to the Jeep all the time.
All right, so
Funny as shit,
moving
dude.
on, talking about another show that received some worrisome news. Not cancellation, but the future is in doubt. Is the show Mindhunter on Netflix? I don't know if you guys have ever watched it, but it is a pretty
Yeah, I have.
outstanding
Never
show.
watched it. Heard great
It's
things.
It's pretty fucking good.
yeah, it is. It's good. I like it. It's
What's the premise? Just for
It focuses on these two characters that are the main focus
Mhm.
are based on the real life FBI agents that coined the term serial killers and wrote the
Yep.
handbook on criminal profiling.
like
for
like
the FBI.
profiling. Yeah,
And
Yeah,
it's
they're-
a really well done show. It
It-
was created and directed and written by David Fincher of 20.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he has a contract to do a movie with Netflix, and then he's also got another project that he's going to be working on. So these actors have been in their contracts for the series. But since he's going to be tied up for the next couple of years, they released them from their contracts so they could seek work elsewhere. So they haven't canceled the show. They've just placed it on hiatus so they can work in the meantime. But a lot of people were
Okay.
freaking out.
so they're planning on still coming back and doing another.
The
another
door is
season
open
of
for
it.
them
They
to
just
come
haven't-
back and do it. They're just not ready to do it, and this just lets them work until that point. A lot of people were freaking out, like, "Oh shit,
Yeah.
they canceled fucking Mindhunter." No, they didn't cancel it, not yet. It's worrisome news, yes, because who knows when it's going to pick up. But there is a lot of
Yeah.
potential. There's a lot of stuff that they can pull from to let it be a couple of years down the line, because one of the things they introduced was Dennis Rader, the bind, torture, kill serial killer that started in the 70s and worked through the
BTK,
80s.
dude. Yeah.
So this started in the 70s. So there's
Matt
plenty of room
Hurt?
The
for-
show is kind of
So Matt Hurt
He's
said-
also
And-
working on Sex and Robots too.
yeah.
Along with
Yeah.
the movie, yes, Matt, you were correct. He's working on Sex and Robots too.
If you haven't watched this show, all I'm gonna tell you is it's worth it because you'll get into it, and it's some crazy shit, dude. It's pretty crazy. I was some of the shit they talk about, like and what makes a serial killer, what tech and shit. Like, it's pretty cool. I dug it.
Well,
I thought it
the
was pretty
whole
fun.
the whole thing that it did, the way it started, just a brief synopsis, these guys taught traffic school, like FBI techniques to small town police forces. And then they, like, hey, we had a murder, take a look at this. And then they get wind of, oh, if you really want to hear about what happened here in this case, then talk to the guy that did it, Edmund Kemper. And the guy they got to play him, Cameron Britton, is just incredibly, creepily brilliant as Ed Kemper.
Yep.
It's
Yes.
phenomenal, his portrayal. Like, I've seen cuts of him on the show next to the actual interview it was based off of. Delivery, body language, cadence, everything down to a science. It's amazing. But yeah.
Yeah, it's
Great show,
I just
check
thought
it
he
out.
did a good job being creepy.
Oh, fuck yeah, he did. Especially when he talks about, his crimes. And, a lot
Yeah.
of good stuff there.
It's a good show though.
Yeah. Check it out if you haven't. But, don't expect season 3 this year or next year. It's probably going to be a couple of years if there is one. And I'm hoping that there is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a dead ringer for Kemper, like Matt said in the chat. All right.
And also, I guess then real quick, let me slip something in real fast.
Go ahead. That's what you do.
So I
with
guess
Anna.
we as quick as I can. Believe me, she's like a black widow. She'll kill you where you stand. So we they this I guess they we'd already heard kind of that HBO was probably not going to do the new Game of Thrones series until 2022, but I guess they officially announced that it's definitely going to be 2022 now. So we have a couple years wait, I guess, which isn't bad considering just yeah, I think so too. I think they need it. To me, I don't know about you guys, but I don't know if you're big Game of Thrones fans, but I think they need the time. I think people need the time off from Game of Thrones for a minute. I think the same thing with Star Wars too. I think a break from Star Wars movies would be helpful. I really do. I think it'll make people maybe appreciate it a little bit more.
Give us more Mandalorian stuff.
There's that old saying: "Absence makes the heart grow fonder."
Absolutely, I agree with that, and I think you're right, Rob. That'll kind of fill the palette a little bit. Is the shows that they're going to be having out, but I think as far as big movies and stuff, I think the a couple years, 2-3 years, whatever, will be a nice break. So
I've gotten to the point where I get much less enjoyment out of a movie than I do a good show. And I would much rather get a good season of a series that's well done about every year to year.
That's a good point, though.
Than I would a 2.5-hour movie every year or two.
Yeah. Give me about 8 to 10 episodes.
Yes.
That's not bad.
Josh, I'm with you on that, dude. But it's like I feel like I'm way more likely to watch a movie, to take a risk on a movie than I am a TV show, just because of the time investment.
I'd rather try the TV show, because if I hate it after the first 2 episodes, I'm only into it for maybe an hour and a half.
Yeah, and it's like
good point.
I'll sit there and because for me it's like it's during the school year, especially now. I'm like I have Saturday nights and I got like 2.5 hours, so I'm like, what am I going to do? I'm going to watch a movie.
No, I agree.
No, I understand that. Time is valuable.
Yeah, that's true.
But then if it's
the last thing you want to do is spend it on something you're not enjoying.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Which is part of why me and Greg do all queued up. That other show I mentioned before. Because we don't want anybody to fucking waste their time on shit. We'll tell you what we think of it and if it's worth checking out or not. Matt Hurd listens.
Yeah.
I do.
Dude, I want to see 1917. Speaking of,
oh my God, me too, man. I was trying to find it.
That's one of those things about movies. There are those movies out there that I really do want to see and really do love.
Yeah, dude,
I do want to see that.
Like, I wish, Josh, that there was something, because like I wish I get that like they do the theatrical release, but if they were like, you can watch 1917 from the comfort of your bed for $30, I would have watched it today.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just because I want to see it so bad. And there's like certain movies like that are out in theaters. I'm like, well, shit. But then it's like where I live, there's like we don't have like it's a smallish town, so we don't get like the indie movies really.
Oh, trust me, I know small towns. We don't even
so
have
it's
a theater.
Like I want to see Uncut Gems. Like I got to drive an hour.
Comes out. No, you just wait another week and a half and it'll be on Netflix.
Oh, is that it? Okay,
yeah,
cool.
It comes on Netflix on the 30th. Also, I just wanted to say, Sam started out that sentence. He said, "I wish." When anybody hears Sam start out with "I wish," does Skilo start playing in your head? I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl who looked good. I would call her.
You son of a gun. You've been practicing that.
Very good.
No, it just popped in my
waiting
head
for
while
the
you
proper
were.
moment.
I was just waiting for you to finish that sentence so I could say it.
Mm-hmm.
He's been storing that bitch. I don't believe it.
Bad dude, man.
Like, all right. Yeah.
That was good.
That was good.
Awesome, dude.
Also, a very good song.
All right.
Yeah.
For drunk.
That's a good song, actually, yeah.
All right. One last thing, and then we'll get into the Oscar talk. There was the Morbius trailer that dropped. What'd you guys think of that?
Dude, I'm in, baby. I'm in all the way. I'm looking forward to this movie.
I wish I was excited as you, man.
Well, were you not a fan of the Morbius character?
No, I
'Cause
just
I have,
don't. I just don't. I think it was cool. I just don't think. I don't need a Morbius movie. And that's kind of where I'm at with Venom too.
Yeah.
Like I think they're
Oh, no,
cool.
I really enjoyed them.
Venom, I can't get on board with, man. Venom is awesome. I wanted the live action Venom.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I liked Morbius a lot. I thought. I remember when he was in the Spider-Man comics. I really enjoyed.
Liked him on the animated series, man. I thought he was.
I did too.
I thought he was a cool villain.
Yeah,
I did too.
I'll give you enough. I'd say he's a little scarier on the animated series.
I saw that meme.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sucky hands.
But it's right. That was creepy as fuck.
Yeah, he's cool, and I kind of like, and I love the idea of the living vampire. You know, that's kind of awesome to me. I don't know, I sort of dig that.
I think
and then later on, his character does some really cool evolution. You know, because he kind of, he gets his mind a little bit straight, and then and then he ends up, instead of fucking Blade chasing him and trying to kill him, he ends up fucking running with Blade. For a while, trying to. Yeah, so it's kind of badass.
I think they're kind of rely on that is an arc,
I think so.
I'm okay
I
with
could
that.
Definitely see it.
Yeah, and
me too. I'd be all right with it.
I think that's the only thing to do if you're going to give them this whole movie. You got to make them somewhat. I don't know if likable is the right word, but you want to kind of be in the corner.
I feel like Sony has been so goddamn desperate to create their own little universe, dude.
Oh, yeah.
They're so desperate to do it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if. I mean, like from the inception of this movie, like I literally kept telling myself, like they're not actually going to make this movie until this weekend. And I don't know if there's anyone I can think of, in their wheelhouse who would do a better movie. But I don't know. I think it's just not a.
Does it just not appeal to you?
Yeah. I just from the announcement, from like they were making a Morbius movie, I'm just like, who cares? And
that was my reaction. I never gave a fuck about Morbius in the comics.
Well, and Josh, it's funny that you say that because I had friends of mine who were like, I really liked him as a character, and I had friends of mine go, "What a throwaway character!" Like they couldn't stand him; they didn't like it.
I mean, he was a C-lister at best to me.
Well, he was. Yes, he was. And I'm not saying he was ever a major character. You're right. He wasn't a major character, but I tell you what, for a C-lister though, he was involved in a pretty good story arc, couple of pretty good story arcs, and he also was
I mean, the sun shines on a dog's ass every now and then, anyway.
Hold on. Yeah, but you don't waste your time on a character like that to do that with him. He was. I mean, he was good. I just think he's not for everybody. Like some people just don't look at him as like. I don't think they get down with the whole living vampire, and they don't get down with his origin is kind of wonky. I don't know. It's a little weird to me. Yeah. It's a typical science experiment, gone wrong, right? He's trying to save himself.
That's the bread and butter for Marvel Origins. They always did theirs based on science, especially in the 60s and 70s. Whereas DC did theirs as like innate or, celestial type of events more so.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right. You're right. And that's just
and
that's true.
And I think
I got to agree with Matt on this one. Give me Moon Knight instead. I can't wait.
I agree. I would rather have a Moon Knight series. Oh, we're getting there.
Well.
Yeah,
I think Moon. Yeah.
Moon
Knight would be cool.
It's kind of like you said, like from the announcement of this movie, I was like, I'm just not as interested. And then like the trailer didn't do anything to get me interested. And I think it's just like there's like. They're trying to tie it all together, which I do appreciate because that's gonna get some people. But then it's like the picture of Spider-Man that they used, like that's like the graffiti. It's like the Sam Raimi Spider-Man from the Spider-Man video. So I'm like, what is going on? Oh, no.
Yeah, it's a little weird, dude. I agree with you on that.
I only watched the trailer once.
Yeah,
but I have to say, I was like, okay, that looks like it might be good. I've never given a shit about the character.
Josh,
Yeah.
Josh, here's
And
what
I've never
here's
given
what
a shit
I'll tell you,
about
Josh.
Jared Leto as an actor. You
Yeah.
know, I loved it when he got the fuck beat out of him in Fight Club and looked like a fucked up
Mhm.
mess the rest of the movie. But
Well,
I've never given much of a shit about him. But this trailer, I was like, okay, I'd watch that. I wouldn't go to the theater to watch it, but I'd watch it when it came to like
Hey,
I'm
HBO
Josh,
definitely
or
Josh,
something.
how does this sound to you, man?
I'm
So like,
definitely going to movies.
I kind of view this. Let's say Jared Leto knocks it out the park, acting wise. I kind of put this in the same boat that maybe I put the Joker, which is like, if this was just a movie called Vampire Man, like it'd be, it'd be cool. The same way as like a Joker movie was just called like Disturbed Man, and it wasn't the Joker. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it might just be an interesting movie about this person in this specific situation.
Yeah.
But does it matter that it's
Yeah.
Morbius or
You guys are. I can tell you are ultra uber comic book nerds because comic book nerds have the opinions that you guys have. And I always thought I was a comic book nerd, but compared to you guys, I'm like a fucking novice. Okay, I just like
Join the club.
It's cool as shit. I think it's cool as shit that we're getting any content on any comic book characters. Remember you guys forget about
I think this
25.
is good though, man. I think this is good
No.
that we can be critical of it. That we don't have to like.
No. Well, you
You know
have
what I
to be. I understand that. Not everything is going to go over well. Like I told you, and we'll get into this in a second. But my opinion on the Joker movie is that it's for some people and it's not for some
Mhm.
people.
Mhm.
Like I'm going to enjoy it because I dig what the movie was going for.
Yeah.
But you and Josh look at that movie and go, nah, wasn't for me. I didn't care for it. I get it. You know, I told Jason that when we left the theater. I said, there's going to be people that are not going to get this movie. They're not going to like it. They're not going to understand it. They're not going to get what it is.
I understand it and get it perfectly
I think I
fine. I
get
just
it,
didn't
but-
care
Yeah,
for
same
it.
here.
Yeah.
I just,
No, maybe. Well,
everybody's
maybe that
like,
is. Maybe
oh,
you-
look at this, the Descent into Madness. I've seen Descent into Madness film.
Actually,
and I've
and
seen
see, that's-
Descent into Madness done better.
See, and that's where people are wrong. It's not a descent into madness. He
That
always was mad.
motherfucker, I was going to say, that motherfucker was mad
He
from the get-go.
always was. He was on
It's him
medication.
embracing his fucking madness is what
Yeah,
it is.
thank you. See, Josh, you know what? I take back what I said. You absolutely got it.
I
'Cause that's
fucking
what it was.
told you I got it.
I know. I thought you were lying.
Russ, why would I lie to you?
Because you don't like the movie, and I can't figure out if you get the movie, how can you not like it? It's great. But like I said, for some people will like it and some people won't. I get that,
And like I
That's
said,
just opinions.
just because I didn't like the movie, I never once said that it was a bad movie.
Yeah,
I just
exactly.
did not enjoy
No,
it.
you didn't.
As a movie, it is technically and cinematically a beautiful film.
Well, I remember
I just
you
don't give a
saying-
fuck for it.
No, I remember you saying though that you thought that he did a good acting job in the movie. You said
It's
you thought he
Joaquin
did good. And I
Phoenix.
was
He
like,
could fucking act
Well-
in anything. He could be in a fucking cereal commercial and be like, "Wow, did you see that
No.
motherfucker?
No, I
he was
give you that.
chopping
He
the
is a
shit
good
out of them
actor.
Cheerios, wasn't he? Talking about chewing the
Yeah.
fucking scene."
Yeah, he's a pretty good actor. I'll give you that. He definitely pulled this one off. I can tell you that. So yeah, no, I get you. I mean, I guess what I'm saying is it's good. Like this again for this Morbius movie. I think some people are gonna really enjoy this, and there's gonna be other people that are not gonna be down with it. It's the same thing.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
probably every movie's like that, I would imagine. Except for Star Wars. I feel like everyone
Exactly.
likes Star Wars.
Exactly. There are certain things, and there are very few things that I'll see an advertisement for that I'm like gung ho all the fuck about. Can't wait to see. If I have a love for the property, oh, absolutely, fuck yes, I'll go see it. Like you said to me, or Nick said to me in our chat, how in the fuck can you not like Joker but yet you loved Hellboy? And I was like, I love Hellboy. I'm biased towards Hellboy. I never said Hellboy was a great
And he
movie.
had-
I said that movie was a lot of fucking fun, and I absolutely adored that fucking movie. But that movie is flawed. It struggles from editing and pacing issues. But it was still fucking so much fun, and I didn't give a fuck. And it had so much shit from the comics, I didn't give a fuck. And the Joker,
But I think
I
what you
didn't have
said
a
is right.
problem.
You just
go ahead.
No, I say what you said was right. I think that you're totally right. See, I'm a big fan of the Joker as a character. I love him. I think he's great. That's
So do
probably
I.
why I like
That's why I
every.
didn't like the movie.
I think that's why I like every version of the Joker. I don't care. There's no bad version of the Joker to me. There's no bad version. I love them all, and I feel like every
can see that,
Joker
Russ.
we've seen.
I can see that. It's like you kind of look at
Because
them
I like
like a celebration of the character.
Absolutely, and that's exactly I did. You got it. Every time I see a version of him, I'm happy to see him in a movie. I'm happy to see him on film. Just because I love the character so much, and I love all the different versions of the character. I think everybody brings their own take to it. So I'm going to be probably a little like less critical of a Joker movie because I love the character. I love it so much. The same way, Josh, I think you really are a big fan of Hellboy. Now you're going to be less critical of a Hellboy, even though you were critical of the Hellboy movie. I give you that. You did say you had issues, but you're going to like it still. Because it's Hellboy.
I'm gonna embrace it, warts and all, but I'm gonna tell you the warts are fucking there.
Yes.
Don't lick right there because you're not gonna have a pleasant feeling on your tongue. Lick around it.
And
be mindful.
And I agree, and I do understand why people probably didn't enjoy the Joker movie. I could say why certain people wouldn't enjoy it. I know, I get it, you know. But again, I almost have a bias.
I didn't think it was a difficult watch at all. Like I know some people have made the comment, man, there was some hard shit to watching it. There was some disturbing shit to watching it, and I'm like, really? There wasn't anything.
See, I didn't think so.
I didn't think so at all. I didn't think there was anything.
Neither did I.
I didn't think it was any worse than
but
even the Dark Knight.
Shit.
You know,
maybe it's because
off screen, but
if you know anything about the character, you know what to expect, right? I mean, Joker is a fucking lunatic.
This is coming from people who are incredibly familiar with the character and have known the character and read the character, and they were still like, man, there were some things in that movie that were hard to watch, and I'm like,
see, I don't get that. I don't understand that.
Coming from, wow, it's a really dark place they
went. Do we want to?
I guess
run through this Oscar shit and then just
talk
about the Joker for a minute.
Yeah, because it's going to tie into this conversation.
Okay, so we got I think it got 11 nominations total. So it got
it did. It's for a lot of stuff.
Best Picture. Now I'll actually name all of these just because there's only a few. So we got Ford versus Ferrari, The Irishman, which I thought was awesome, Jojo Rabbit. Which I haven't seen, Joker, Little Women, which I am going to try to watch this weekend, Marriage Story, which I'm going to try to also watch this weekend, 1917, which we spoke about, I want to watch.
And that was nominated for an Oscar?
Best Picture, yep, okay. Among others. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which I saw, and then Parasite, which isn't out yet on digital. I didn't get to watch that. And then the Best Actor, Joaquin Phoenix for Joker. Adam Driver got one for that Marriage Story movie.
Oh, yeah.
And then the rest of them. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he's an awesome actor.
Best Actress, Scarlett Johansson for Marriage Story as well. Cool, because she's in the nerd realm. You know?
Real.
And then
I like her a lot, man.
One that I'm like pushing for Best Actor in a supporting role, Al Pacino for The Irishman, but then Joe Pesci got nominated for. I hope he wins it because he was the star of that movie as far as I'm concerned. He was so good. And then actress Laura Dern got nominated. She was in Scarlett Johansson, so she could win 2 potentially. You know. And then, Josh, you saw Midsummer, right?
No, but it is available on Netflix, and I intend on watching it this weekend. Not Netflix, but Amazon Prime Video. So I'm going to watch it this weekend.
It's awesome. But the girl from that, she's got nominated for a supporting actress. So, and then I'm trying to look. I'm skipping down. So cinematography, Irishman, Rodrigo Prieto, which that dude's super talented. Joker, Lawrence Sher, which I'm not familiar with. Roger Deakins for 1917, which that dude. So like I like always look into this shit. Like
Honestly,
like that means a lot to me. Roger Deakins, that dude. He's collaborated with like Chris Nolan a lot,
mm-hmm.
if I remember correctly. But
Didn't he do Inception?
yep. And then I'm
you
skipping
go.
a little bit. So best director: Martin Scorsese, Todd Phillips for Joker, Sam Mendes for 1970. And Sam Mendes, he also did I think the last two James Bond movies, Skyfall, and can't remember if he did the one after that
Spectre.
too. But,
I know Skyfall was fucking amazing.
yeah, that was really
Skyfall
then,
was an amazing movie.
Quentin Tarantino, and then Bong Joon-ho for Parasite, which again I haven't seen.
That's the Korean film that everybody's
Yes.
raving about.
Yes,
And
this is
it's
supposed to
subtitled.
be. And I'm trying to.
Oh, it's all sub.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not an English dub for it.
So kind of skipping ahead again. I'm skipping through like the sound, and so for writing for adapted screenplay, Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, and Joker.
I want to see
goes under that
Jojo
too.
Rabbit so bad.
And then yeah, me too. For original screenplay, Knives Out, which is written by Ryan Johnson.
And I want to see that.
Marriage Story, 1917, Parasite, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And I think that kind of wraps it as far as stuff we'd be interested in. So,
Yeah, and there's a bunch of technical awards too, I know, but
yeah, there's like sound editing, sound mixing,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is where a lot of the nerdy stuff kind of comes into. But
Mhm.
I think Avengers Endgame got best visual effects and
nominated for that. Yeah.
All right. So before we go any further, all these movies, anytime these movies are brought up for awards, they're usually recognized as really good movies. But how many of you actually take into account? I'm asking the chat too. Do you give a fuck if a movie wins awards or not? Do you let that
Absolutely
have
not.
any bearing on?
Wait, do you mean
I-
like if it wins it, does it change the way I view the movie?
Yeah, well, just is it going to make you more likely to see it just because it's an Oscar nomination worthy picture?
So
No.
I'll just say real quick, like most of these movies have already been on my radar, but like I generally do like if it is a critically acclaimed movie, I will make a point to watch it.
All right.
Just because like in my life experience, most movies that are critically acclaimed have tended to be really good movies that I enjoy. Now there's also movies that critics bash that I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
But when I because I kind of just have like a running tally of movies that they're like on deck for me, and I do pay attention to what critics say because I generally agree with them. When they say something's good, I'll watch it and I'll say, okay, I also think that's good. Like they might be able to better articulate why it's good, but at the same time, I'm not a professional writer, so
No, understood. I think with me, I'm more apt to if I've seen a movie and I think it was really good. Like if I see an acting job of acting, like an actor that just knocked it out the park in a role, I pull for them. I will pull for that movie to win awards. I will pull for them, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I like the movie or any more or like it any less. I mean, it just. But sometimes I'd like to see if I think it was a good movie. And I think it was worthy of an award. I kind of I hope it wins. So yeah, I get. But
All right.
overall, I don't think I care that much, though. I don't know. It's not. It's not going to change if I like the movie or not. If I enjoyed it, I enjoyed it.
Do you think that winning an award means fuck all?
what do you mean? Like did it mean
Did it win Best Picture? Oh, was this the Best Picture? In the eyes
means-
of the Academy, do you think it means fuck all in the end of things?
It means a lot
No.
to Hollywood itself because that
It does.
pushes the studios to want to do something in addition to it or in a similar vein.
Where,
But as far as like I'm concerned, like I didn't even
Or-
know the Oscars were happening until somebody brought it up, and then I had to go look the shit up because that's how little of a fuck I give.
yeah, and that's
Understood.
I could see that is maybe Rob, kind of what you're saying is like giving maybe the director, the studio, or just a creative team more opportunities.
Yeah, and I mean it's honestly it's their
Right.
version of acknowledgement for excellence in their craft. So
Yeah,
I-
and
Here's
I
why-
think, like, because I don't,
Yeah.
because like a movie like we were talking about Uncut Gems.
Mm-hmm.
Now that movie is critically acclaimed at this point. Like it's got basically all positive reviews. I don't think it got nominated for anything.
No, and
So-
Adam Sandler said, if you fuckers don't nominate me for anything, I'm going to go out and make the worst steaming
Yeah,
pile of
so-
shit
so-
you've
so
ever
that-
seen. And
that-
I've
that's
seen
when-
Little Nicky.
That's
Holy
when
fucking God.
where I'll say I'll see it and kind of decide for myself, right? If I think it's good or not. And there are tons of movies like that. You know,
No, definitely.
that critics love, but then they don't get nominated for anything. For me, it's
It's honestly, dude, it's down to how much money the studio is putting behind that movie.
yeah.
Because
And
they're
it-
campaigning.
But that's not true,
Politics,
Josh, because
right?
that's
It's
not true. Because
absolutely
there've been
fucking true.
It's not because there have been independent movies that have won huge at the Oscars. There was no money behind them. Did you ever see? I mean, did you ever see a movie called Slumdog Millionaire?
Yeah.
That was not a big studio production movie. That wasn't. There was no
Man,
studio
so
behind
I think they get picked up though, right? 'Cause so
They
like
get
something
picked
I'm
up
thinking
on
of, Josh.
distribution.
You saw you
Dude,
saw The
I know,
Witch,
but
right?
What's that saying?
yeah, how many Tarantino films
I was
back in the
gonna-
day were?
I think he got on early, man. But you saw The Witch, right, Josh?
No, I have not.
Okay, so that's one that like critics loved it. It didn't get nominated, I don't think, for anything major. But like I fucking love that movie. Like I think that movie is like a 10 out of 10, like one of my favorite movies of all time. So it's like I do pay it. So like that's kind of how they get on my radar. If they're like, okay, this movie's
Wow.
getting some buzz, I'm gonna take the time to watch it. Whether it gets
Yeah,
nominated,
you know why
I'm not concerned about.
I mean, if a lot of people go see a movie, to me, it typically means there's something there.
Right.
Because most of the time, when and most people have decent taste in what they like. Now, granted, with that being said, the Transformer movies made a shit ton of money, and they were a lot of bullshit, but they were a lot of explosions and bang bang, and people like that stuff. People like sort of some of the simplest shit. And then people like serious thespian type of
No, and
movies where
dude,
it's high
and
end
I
acting,
like
you know?
all of that stuff.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I like all that
Sure.
stuff. If you can tell a good
Same.
story.
As long as the
Mhm.
story is good,
Yeah.
I don't mind.
That's
some
where I'm
flash
at. And that-
bits.
Yeah, that's the line for me. That's the line for me.
Now, the reason
Tell a good
why
story,
I'm
get me to care about people.
the reason why I'm excited about the possibility of the Joker possibly winning an award, and I'll tell you why. It goes back to that little fucking comment Scorsese made.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I felt very disrespected by him because I like movies like that. I like comic book movies. I like that genre. And I felt like I didn't like him fucking saying what he said. It's almost like he doesn't want to give any credence to them being to those being really good movies, and it pisses me off.
I think.
So,
I think.
if the
Well, we
Do
all
you
know that
feel
Hollywood's fucking jackasses anyway.
I get what he's saying,
Yeah.
man.
I get what
Like,
he's
I get
saying
what he's
too, but do
saying.
you feel that that's a slight on your character in any way because he has an opinion on the movies itself,
well,
or an opinion on the
Well,
people that enjoy
no.
those movies?
See, I think the opinion on his opinion on the movies. I don't even know if that's to me. It's like I think he was just pissed off and he decided to strike out and be a dick. I don't even know if that's really his opinion, man. But it doesn't matter. He
Well, I
said
think-
something that made almost like he done.
If he said it, it's on his mind.
I think what
Maybe.
he was
I don't
saying
know.
was valid in this way, Russell. Like with the Irishman, like he wanted to get that movie made, and no studios wanted to pick it up. I think because they were like, it's too much of a risk. But then
That and the budget. It was
the budget, yeah,
because
of
of
the
his
visual effects
refusal to
they wanted
use anybody else other than Pesci, De Niro, and Pacino.
which
The de-aging
shot, I
process
think
is what
but
put
look,
that budget through the fucking roof.
and look,
Yeah.
Pacino and Pesci got nominated for Best Supporting Actor.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you got to say Scorsese was right. He got nominated for Best Director. He got nominated for Best Picture. And not to say Russ it did because they got nominated, did it validates him, but I think it says something to, and just like seeing how much that movie was
It
talking
lends
about.
weight to his criticism.
Yeah, and I think
But it doesn't, because
Russ was it studios only want to take big money risks on at this point in time. It's like superhero movies, like tentpole action. Like I can
what
see
people actually want. You said it. What people are into. That's right. He's absolutely right.
I didn't say that.
Not everyone.
I'm into the Irishman. You know what I mean?
Well, no. And the Irishman's a great. That I'm sure. I actually haven't seen it yet, and I want to watch it. I need to sit down and watch it.
Yeah,
Everyone has told me it's amazing, and
Yeah,
I love Scorsese's. You got De Niro, Pesci, and come on, you know that's gonna be a great movie, dude.
It's
I mean,
good.
fuck it, man. But
I don't think it's his best.
why
work,
can't?
But it's.
I
good.
just didn't like him. I just didn't like the idea of him coming out because it sounded like he was really being. It sounded like sour grapes to me.
Man, I said the same shit too when I first heard it. You know, I was like,
And to me, it came across like he was saying, "Those aren't real movies. I make real movies. Those aren't real movies." That's how it kind of came across to me. He
It
was
came
being
across a
high-end
little
fuck.
bit like that, and then
Yeah, it did to me too. Well, guess what?
Coppola said, "Oh, he was being nice." I'll just say what he was really thinking. They're terrible. They're garbage. They're not real movies. That's
Really?
What yeah.
Yeah, and yet Joker's nominated for Best Picture, Best Actor, got all kinds of nominations up for it, but it's a garbage movie. The same awards that they're nominated for, I bet they'll walk up on the stage and take that award if they win it, right? But if the Joker wins, you know what he'll say? That award's garbage anyway. The Academy's garbage for supporting that. But he would go and get the award if it was given to him, wouldn't he? He's a fucking they're trash, dude. I hate Scorsese's ass for that shit. And I think Francis Ford Coppola can suck my cock. I can't stand him either.
wow.
Dick. I mean, that's such a terrible, high end fucking thing to say. It's
Dude,
so
like,
highbrow.
my
it
better.
does come across as pretentious, but
yeah.
It's very much so.
They're also old men who've been in this game for longer than we've been alive, that have made masterpieces over the decades.
Yeah.
And
True.
what's popular is not what they're doing. And yeah, I'm going to assume there's a little
And
bit
they're
of
bitter.
butthurt there. There's a little bit of anger.
There is. I think there's a lot of butthurt there. I think they need the petroleum jelly. Either two together. You know what I'm saying?
You do realize that's a
take it the right
lubricant
way.
and not a fucking soothing analgesic gel to go on top of something that's hurting, right?
That's why I said they need to take it. They need to use it.
He's obviously never put Vaseline on a scrape before.
And so their ass won't be so sore after the butt rape. I'm sorry. Terrible. Anyway, I'm gonna get us kicked off of YouTube.
I'll say with the Joker, I'm kind of with Josh. I thought it was cool. It didn't blow me away, and I haven't watched it. I haven't rewatched it.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I feel like for me personally, I don't need a rating system. I just need how many times have I rewatched it, and that should tell you what I think about it.
Yeah.
And I only watched it once, and I think that was enough. But what I'll say is kind of same place where I'm at with episode 9 is like I didn't like it. It wasn't for me, but I'm not out here bashing it or trash talking it because it brought a lot of eyes to shit that I care about. You know, it's like episode 9.
Good point.
It's got a lot of people either into or back into Star Wars, which, like the movie or not, I'm good with. And then the same thing with Joker. It got a lot of people, maybe their eyes diverted to comic book stuff whose eyes were not there before. So, like the movie or not, I'm good with that. So that's how I'm
not to mention it was a rated R movie.
Yeah, and
I'm happy to see a rated R movie do well.
Warner Brothers just gets their head out of their butts and learn
Me too.
Stay out of this stuff, man, because that's been the DCEU problem, ongoing. It's got to stay out of it and let the filmmakers do their thing. It obviously works.
Yeah. No, I agree with you, 100%, 100% on that. Just I think when big studio executives get involved too much, shit goes south.
Oh, yeah.
Just everyone thinks they have a grand idea, I kind of like how they're doing things. I like that they're making things independent movies. And they're not trying to connect everything.
I love it,
constantly,
man. I think that's their strength at this point.
Yeah. I remember when my son watched the Joker, he was we watched it with him and everything, and he said yeah, see, he said he felt like that, there's a scene with Bruce Wayne, with young Bruce Wayne and all that, and he was like he kind of got aggravated because he felt like that was just unnecessary. He didn't like that scene. He didn't think it was a good scene. He thought it was. He felt like they felt like they had to throw Bruce Wayne in there, just to connect them. And he said they didn't have to connect them. They're in Gotham. You know who the Joker is.
I could see that criticism, man. I could see that. I didn't feel that way.
I can too.
I thought that it felt organic, kind of given everything that happened. But
me too. But I understood the criticism as well. I did get it. I said I understand that. But. He didn't like the idea of them trying to connect things because he thinks they do a terrible job at it. And I was like, yeah, I can understand that too. So
I kind of like the way they did it, man. I thought it felt felt cool.
I did too. I didn't mind it. But again, I do respect the opinion of people who say they just didn't really get or like the movie. And I had some people say they thought it was just. Some people say they didn't care for it because they just didn't get it. They thought it was like, not what they expected.
Yeah, dude. Okay. And I'm with you, Russ, where it's like, I love the character, man. But then it's like, for me, it's like, I like the different interpretations, but at the same time, like there's a certain boxes you got to check with the character. And if you do that, take it any way you want. But until you do
that's a good point.
So I like the craziness, but like he's gotta seem, and it's like even when he was out here killing people in this movie, I never found him threatening, and that was I think what it was to me.
Well, but see, that's just the thing though. The Joker isn't like the Joker kind of can come off not threatening. It's sort of like you kind of
be threatening. In
that's true, But he gunned 3 guys down in the subway.
And it was like self-defense, and like that.
Yeah, hold up, but then the guys ran. He could have let it go. He didn't let it go. He chased them down and killed them. And it's kind of like he was threatening. I thought
it's like there was some type of like regretting what he did. I don't know how to explain, but it's like,
well.
Like even the letter, which I almost can't stand. I think he does come off as threatening. So like he checks that box, Well,
he's gangster Joker. That's
checks like crazy box.
Right.
So it's the only one that's checked all the boxes is the other one for me.
Well, yes. I think Heath Ledger did pretty good, but. I thought Jack Nicholson's version of the Joker was pretty damn good too.
He checks some boxes.
So he definitely checked more of the boxes than a lot of the other guys. And I think Heath Ledger did too. I like Heath Ledger's portrayal. Like I said, there's definitely different portrayals of it that do, I think, a better job of the character. But it's just a cool character, and I love it that they're actually doing something with that character. I'm excited for it.
And I do like with the nomination for Best Adapted Screenplay is that they're just kind of saying like, okay, you're adapting this from comics in general. Instead of like when did the Joker come out in like the 40s at some point?
Also, too, keep in mind that the what you're looking at in that movie too is, remember, the Joker's origin is kind of really, it's not truly known.
Yeah,
because his origin is from.
It's ambiguous.
It's meant to be that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's meant to be confusing. It's meant to be. You don't know if the Joker, like everything you saw in that movie, we don't know if that was truly what happened. It's all in his head. Exactly. He's a fucking lunatic. He just makes shit up as he wants to. I think that's kind of why I liked it. I thought it was a real mind fuck. I kind of enjoyed that a little bit.
and I did like that in the movie, which is like the stuff like we thought kind of we saw, and then like we saw, okay, that was all in his head. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, and I think that's why I've always felt like the Joker should be a little off the cuff, and maybe he is a little out there. And I wonder how much stuff is going on in his head. So every time I see a version of him, I'm always wondering, what's real and what's not with that guy. So I don't know. I do understand why people like you and Josh have and Rob have kind of I can see why you would have issues with it. I can. Even my son even has some issues with the movie, so I get it. I don't hate on it. Sorry, Josh. I mean, that's kind of still everything. Go ahead, man.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah,
I really don't have anything else to add to it at this point.
It is cool that it was nominated.
It is, and I think it's cool that we're getting that kind of a genre of a movie. Appreciate
you think it has a chance in hell of actually winning, knowing what it's going up against?
Dude, I think it does.
Yeah.
I think the strongest contenders would be Little Women and
1917.
Yeah, and the Irishman's tough. I think Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is kind of out. I feel in Jojo Rabbit too, because I feel. And then Ford versus Ferrari, I feel like that got nominated kind of just because it had because of the cast almost. I think they just had to fill the last spot.
I think there's more of a chance of him winning Best Actor. For his portrayal of the character than
with that.
Because Best Actor it's kind of weak right now. I mean, you got him.
Yeah.
You got him and Adam Driver.
Yeah. Leonardo DiCaprio was nominated, and I think that's a stretch, dude. Because I think I don't
What was
think
he nominated for? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't think that movie even needed to get nominated for best. It was a fun watch, but it was
I haven't seen it yet. I want to see it. It's the only Tarantino film I've not seen, and I need to see it.
It's like, I'm not crazy about Tarantino, dude, but in this movie,
Tarantino
kind of just I enjoyed it, parts of it, and then parts of it I was like, what the fuck is even this movie is just a collection of things happening, and that's the type of shit I hate, man.
I just think he did such a solo job in that movie. And so I think he's got a good shot at winning that. But Josh, I agree with you on that. I don't know about it winning best film. And I don't know about
honestly.
I don't know if it'll win that or not. Just because
it has a chance based on.
But
1917's trailer alone is better than the Joker movie for me.
And there's
But that's personal.
I mean, and
subjective.
And that's true, but I would say that period pieces though tend to really.
I love a good, well done period piece, man.
Yeah, they get a lot of people, and I like period pieces myself, actually. So I have a special place in my heart for them movies like that. So I think that they tend to really draw the attention of the Academy people a lot. So. But again, he did a great solo. His acting performance in that movie, like you said, Joaquin Phoenix, he's fucking insane. Yeah. You're right, like you said earlier, he's incredible. So of course he did a great job, and that's what I think he'll walk away with. And then I might walk away with some other awards that's nominated for too. Some of the but I don't think it's going to be a clean sweep or nothing for this movie. I don't think so. I'd be shocked if it was. So I'm sure it'll win that a few, but I don't see it winning Best Picture though. I don't think it will. I mean, I liked it and I enjoyed it, but I mean, I've seen Little Women and I like Little Women as well. So
to clarify, you are talking about the movie and you're not a closet pedo or anything, right?
Oh my god!
No! The movie. Yeah, I'm not I have a daughter.
He's not Sam's opposite.
I I want to kill motherfuckers.
Thanks, Rob.
Dude.
All right. Well,
Hey, Little Women doesn't have to mean pedophile. It can mean midgets. There are midget women.
Oh God, dude.
Come on.
I don't use that word anymore because I got yelled at back in the
Sorry.
day for using that word. I got
Little
Yeah.
people.
Or dwarf.
Hey.
Dwarf is also technically
Yeah.
acceptable.
What do they call a midget prostitute?
I got.
Ooh.
What do you? Well, don't just leave me
Now
hanging.
you have to know, don't you?
This
do.
Is not, this is not like your broke dick. I don't need to know.
Russ
tell you
apparently
what.
wants to know.
I'll
He's
tell
stewing.
you what. Any
I do use
I
Anybody
am
that
pretty much
wants-
so.
anybody that wants to hear the punchline of that joke can join us in the unbroadcasted hangout that we'll throw the link out to here momentarily.
Very good, Josh. I like
Anything else before we wrap
like
it up, guys?
it. Gents, I think it was a great night, man. I enjoyed it. Good show. Good hanging out with you
We
guys.
missed, we
Awesome.
missed you, Nick.
Yeah,
we miss
shout
you,
out
Nick,
to
man.
Brammer. I hope your the Florida Meth Militia Gator wrestling team is. I hope
Hey, give
training's
him a-
going well and they've not been too rigorous on you and haven't made you fucking eat too much meth today. And
Give him a
You know,
preamble.
And when you're wrestling them gators, make sure to use extra bacon grease.
Mm-hmm.
Rub it all over yourself.
Fucking Florida, man.
it's
Come on.
harder. It's harder for them to latch on to you and take you under for gator rolls if you're greased up with bacon grease.
Yes.
We,
Oh no, Nick's
guys,
Nick's a big dude. I think he'll be fucking motherfuckers up.
Just catch me first.
I think Nick will take a gator roll for a fucking roll. Nick, come here, motherfucker.
Depends on how many Red Bull and vodkas he's had before that.
That's true. That's a good point. I'm all fired up.
all right.
Nah, it's been awesome, man. Been an honor to do this with you guys tonight.
I've had a lot of fun tonight, and
You did.
we hope you guys out in the chat had a fun time tonight. And for those audio listeners, you can listen to this on iTunes. We hope you enjoy it in the future as well. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. We want you to like us. We're not going to beg you to like us, but it'd be nice if you did.
I will. Please, please.
But I tell you what, since you can listen to us on iTunes, why don't you head on over there to iTunes and give us a 5-star review? Because
Absolutely.
it helps our distribution. It helps us get seen in front of more eyes with a better rating. And sometimes we do have amusing shit to say.
We do.
Yeah. Don't forget to check out other shows on the Cool Table Network. Shows like Shattered Cast Uncut, Stasis Lock, Nerd Rage Radio, Enter the Realm, the flagship show of this channel, Breaking the Mold, Verbally Challenged, Fresh Communications, Building Up to It, and...
Figure banging.
No. Figure Banging's not Cool
No.
Table.
It's
they
not?
did some cleanup. They did some cleanup. I think.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Toy
Okay.
Detox. Toy Detox. Yeah, it's still on there. I think.
Hey, we inspire to one day make that table. Instead, we sit there like a little kid.
On it.
I don't know. We keep telling stories like we did tonight, and that ain't never gonna happen.
I know, right?
Yeah, I love it, man. I love that energy. That's good energy.
But yeah, check out
Yeah,
listen to the shows.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Follow everybody
clear my
on
throat.
their social medias.
Yeah.
We appreciate all
And
the
don't-
support from day one. Love you guys. And
Absolutely.
I am. out
Don't
of
forget
shit
to check
say.
out. Don't forget to check out that new show next Thursday.
Yes.
What's the name of it,
Total
Russ?
Package Podcast. Total Package. Dude, I kind of like the name. I ain't gonna lie. I was laughing every time she would say it. I giggled. But
It is good. Looking
guys
forward to
realize
checking
they
out
got
that
that
first episode, man.
Yeah, it'll be good.
absolutely, me too. I'm looking
Really
forward to see what they
excited.
can do.
Me
Good
too.
little crew.
You know. Wow, watch them do like an awesome show, dude. I'm gonna be all pissed off and jealous. I'm like, fuck y'all, man.
Really,
Wait,
I
Are you
just
saying
think-
we're not awesome?
I just think that you need.
Nah,
You're part of us.
I think Russ
Nah,
just
I'm
needs
not
a
saying we're
reason
not-
on a daily basis to have something to be pissed off about. So
You know,
No,
Josh, it's how I
Anna has
get through
something to be
life.
pissed off about every day.
Of course she does. She called me. What are you talking about? Go ahead.
I rest my case.
Get out of here.
oh, get out of here. All right, I'll do that. Everybody, we
Later.
love you. Take care. We'll see you next week.
Peace.
Bye, guys.